before I see it on TV.
I need your consent.
Got it.
So yeah, not the first time I've had Spencer sign a consent form.
I think I'm live now too.
It says
Debo.
private on mine.
Still connected.
And Debo really had a falling off.
Yep, I'm live, but for some reason it didn't change my my description.
We're live, but it says we're private.
I bet you can make it public either now or after the broadcast.
Well, I opened up YouTube on my phone and it shows us. But I'm also logged into PPD on that one.
I am live on Twitch.
Hey, Twitch people. This is our soft opening.
Nice. Let me check. I'm going to listen to a stream for a second. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. This is the test run.
All right. I don't know why it says private because I just looked at it from the YouTube channel I just opened earlier today and I can see it on there. So
Sick.
yes, we're not private, but it says people can't comment on it. I don't like that. I don't want people to comment on it. All two of our listeners right now.
We have one watching, which is actually me.
Did anybody tell Deets about this?
I'm texting him.
Nobody from PPD got on.
So Spencer, you're gonna have to level up with us.
Level up.
Like you're gonna if the game's already started, you're gonna have to go back a little.
I'm watching it live too.
So what do you guys see right now?
I see the 49ers on offense, 2nd and 4 from
Yeah, me
the
too.
42.
And they just handed it off. Nope, no, he didn't.
You got.
I got
Like a
I got
fake.
fake right there.
Brock Purdy, king of the fake.
Dude, did you guys see that Jared Goff fake last week? And the guy, he faked the guy so bad the DN like thought he sacked him like 3 seconds after he already handed the ball off. And then the DN like got off the ground and started celebrating, and the guy's running down the field, the running back. It was pretty wild.
They should just pull up YouTube and Twitch, boost the numbers, baby.
Post your link.
Twitch.
Jawan Jennings, is he a wide receiver or tight end?
I feel like every person named Jennings in NFL history has been like a cusp. Both.
A cusp tight end, like Greg Jennings.
Yes.
And everybody in the 49ers offense is like multiple things. So it's like Debo's a running back and a wide receiver.
Well, except for Ayuk, he doesn't really do much else.
Yeah, he's just a straight up receiver. But they just split out McCaffrey there.
They give him jet
Yeah.
sweeps. He's kind of like a LaVisca Chenault type, I feel like.
Oh,
He's not playing right.
Is he still in the league, or what team is he
No.
on?
Yeah, he's for the Jaguars.
I don't think he plays. No.
Nobody's ever given a chance.
Who'd you guys pick in this game over the over under? Not the
Oh,
over
yeah, I
under,
guess
the
we've
spread.
never-
I picked 49ers to cover the 10.5 just because the Giants are that bad.
Yeah, I would too.
I actually have the Giants beating the spread.
All right. Caden's got the
49ers
Giants. Spencer's got 49ers. Yeah, 49ers are going to win. That is a lot of points, though.
Yeah, I mean, anything over 10, like I usually balk at.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's just
Also,
those
this drive is
Giants.
taking 6 minutes, too. So
mine's at 13:30.
Man, you're really far
in the
behind.
game, you probably need to just back out and refresh.
I'm also running 40 things right now.
That's like
Yeah.
4 minutes behind.
4 minutes?
Yeah. The app was weird, too. It wouldn't let me go live. Like, not the app, like Amazon, when I had to like completely reload my screen to get it onto the game when it's actually where it is actually at. All right, throw it to Kittle right here.
I have to do it every commercial. I have to reload it, so I'm probably going to be live the whole time.
What's the time on your guys's?
9 minutes, basically.
God damn it.
8:56. Do you want to go through all the picks?
Do we want to do that first?
Yeah, I mean that sounds.
Deets says sub squids boner o'clock.
Hey, there he is. Whatever that means.
It means he's going 6 to midnight right now.
Oh, hello. You know what I'm going to do? Just going to put it on my phone. I'm not using any Wi-Fi off of that.
He's picking dingleberries out of his own ass right currently.
Really?
Hey, that means are you more regular now, Deets? To have dingleberries, you got to go. Oh, it's Spence's.
He's sharp.
Spence is picking dingleberries.
Out of his
Wade
ass.
doesn't poop. He's like a girl. He doesn't poop.
Yeah, it's like once
Yeah.
a week.
Oh, are you a regular now? Whew. Got to be taking fiber supplements.
Remember,
He's taking
biggest shits ever. Like they'd be coming out of the water, like sitting there.
There's a
Once a
there's
month.
a guy on your mom's house that does that. That like only poops like once a month.
Dude, I think I've gone poop like 5 times today.
Damn.
4 or 5. I had some jalapeno pork Chinese food, and it's just cleaning me out, baby.
I had Brazilian last night. And,
Yeah, you're probably taking lumps right now. Some bricks.
I dropped a brick in the airport and then held another shit for like 3 hours on the rest of the way home.
Did you do like Rhodesia?
What?
Did you do like Rhodesia?
Well, yeah, where they just bring you the little swords out, you know?
Yeah, it's Rhodesia. You know, in Brazil, they do that with like a bunch of different cuisines.
I've been to a place in St. Louis that does it that way, but this one was like,
I went to Fogo de Chao.
it wasn't even really Brazilian. It was like Mexican food.
What does let me rock mean, Deets? Do you mean talk?
Dietz wants to be a guest. It's unbalanced. It's unbalanced.
Wait, Caden's too nervous about the ratio of Chiefs to Broncos fans there.
We got to put AT on, and that's just going to be a mess.
The closeted Chiefs fan.
Welcome to the Dank podcast or Dank Sports podcast. By the way, everybody. Man, I fucked up the very first plug.
No, that's how every podcast is now. You just like ramble for the first 10 minutes. Everybody goes, have we even started yet? And then you go from there.
Yeah. But after this, we'll be on our own channels. I don't know, Lane, if you want to keep on doing it off of yours, we can do that. But we will have a YouTube channel that's not
man.
PPD. It's going to be Dank Sports. Somebody has Dank.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
spelled the way it is?
Yeah, I thought we were all free and clear there.
Weird.
But yeah, this is gonna be a Broncos, Chiefs, Colorado, Missouri sports podcast So we'll hate each other for about 6 months of the year, and
We only agree on one thing. Like,
yeah, really,
that's Brazil.
especially
Mizzou.
like me and Lane. Like me and Lane really kind of hate like all of the other sports. Like,
I don't hate the Nuggets, but
yeah, how can you hate the Nuggies? Got to be the
Better.
most likable team in the NBA. Who's your team, Spencer?
NBA, I don't know.
used to be a Braun guy.
Yeah, I've always been a Braun fan, but
You a
I
Lakers
would
guy
switch
now?
to whatever team he was on.
Yeah. Are you
I have a
rooting?
Cavaliers and a Heat James jersey.
We swept that the Lakers, James.
Yeah, that was the series everyone thought was going to be like a real tight series, and then it was just over right away.
I love Mizzou basketball. I don't know. NBA just not enough defense for me.
Do you guys want to
Live stream.
checking it out? F's in the chat.
Oh,
What's the F's in the chat
there
for,
it
dude?
is. Now we're open. Kurt's up in here. What up, Kurt? You guys, he said Lance. You guys know Kurt from previous years on the fantasy football league. He was the only person that talks shit.
Yeah.
Love it, dude.
Is he-
He's hilarious. Yeah, so is Brock Purdy, is he legit?
Hell yeah.
I'm not 100% convinced. I think Shanahan could have almost anybody starting at quarterback in his offense, and they'd be pretty solid.
I
Like
think
better than Garoppolo.
Yeah, it's got a better arm probably than Garoppolo.
so. Whenever I was living in Bend, I had like mostly 49ers fans over there. You would think Seattle, but all 49ers fans. And there's one guy, coincidentally, also named Curtis. He would actually hate if I called him Kurt. Before the season, like preseason, he was like beating the drum for Purdy. And he's like, I don't want to see Trey Lance. I don't want to see Garoppolo. He's like, I want to see Purdy. So he knew something. And I don't know. There's always like a training camp hero, but like, I don't know, man. I think I'm sold. Like he's like it's like Christian McCaffrey, you know, like you can plug any running back into a Shanahan system and they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
But like once you got Clinton Portis, once you got John Elway, then it's really good, you know. And like I don't know, like he just seems to like that touchdown in week 1 to like Ayuk was like such a beautiful pass.
Yeah, I think he's really solid. It's like one of those things where you don't know if he was playing on the Giants right now, would he just be Daniel Jones basically? But you could say that for every quarterback. Like Mahomes would not be Mahomes if he got drafted by like the Bears.
Well, hey, Tom Brady was a system quarterback, right, Kurt?
It's crazy how fast he came back from that ACL and just was exactly the player he was before, though, too. I mean, look at Kyler Murray. He tore his like 3 weeks prior and he's still not playing.
It was something else. It was like some sort of weird injury. Like it wasn't like full ACL.
Kyler Murray's just waiting for the new Modern Warfare 3. He'll be back next year.
When's that come out?
November, I think.
Dude, I can relate. Baldur's Gate is literally ruining my life right now. Like I don't understand, but like I'm so close to beating it and I still have no idea like what I'm doing.
I've probably put 30 hours into Starfield and it says like 5%. It's like
Best system quarterback of all time was John Elway. John Elway could have won with a fucking Canadian team. He couldn't have won it all though. He still needed Terrell Davis. Who's the best quarterback never to win a Super Bowl?
I mean,
Never
the
to win
easy
one?
answer is Marino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have if he didn't win with the Rams, I would have said Stafford.
I mean, if you're going
Philip Rivers.
current guys like Joe Burrow,
I like
He's a-
Rivers. I always thought Rivers was good.
I mean, I hate him as a person.
Rivers, I
he-
mean, I'll give him. He's a good competitor, but he's not Marino good. Like I don't. I think there's probably people like at this point that were better that didn't win one, but I think Marino's like the line. Like you have to be better than Marino.
Wade's saying Chase Daniel, but that's not true. He did win a Super Bowl with the Saints.
Warren Moon, did he ever win
He's
one?
probably got a couple.
Warren Moon,
No, the only quarterbacks, black quarterbacks ever to win a Super Bowl are Mahomes and Wilson.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon's the best.
No, he's not better than Marino. I'm just trying to think of other quarterbacks that are decent.
Drew Lock.
Yeah. Old lock. Who you got, Kurt?
Kurt Warner on the Arizona Cardinals specifically.
Wait, who was the Bills quarterback during all those Super Bowl
Oh yeah.
test?
Bledsoe?
No, it starts
No.
with T. Testaverde, maybe?
Oh,
No.
Testaverde.
No,
was-
he played for the Jets. You're
Yeah.
thinking of his son Chad Kelly.
Yeah.
Chad Kelly?
No,
Kelly.
Chad Kelly's
Oh, Jim
uncle.
Kelly.
Chad Kelly's
Oh.
uncle.
I mean, honestly, like, man, was Jim Kelly better than Dan Marino?
He made it to 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dan Marino.
he did. And he didn't really have that great of teams on offense. I mean, those are really good defensive teams.
I mean, obviously, I tell my like plenty of Brady jokes, but like, I really don't think like winning Super Bowls is like the end all be all of like who's the best. Like, I don't know. Like,
It's more of a coaching stat than
Like,
a player stat.
there's an argument, and I'm not like I'd have to like on it like go through it myself, but there's an argument for Aaron Rodgers being a top 5, maybe even top 3 quarterback of all time. I mean, his arm alone, like I would say that like you can say like arm talent, like definitely like top 3. And
Yeah.
like he's only got one. He's probably only ever gonna have one.
Yeah, he might not step on a field again.
Yeah.
I mean, he got that weird ass Achilles surgery, so he probably is going to play again, but
But he plays one more year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I mean, you know, my boys, John and Peyton, you know, they spent a lot of their careers like with no talent around them, you know. I mean, they had players for sure. And they almost always had like a Pro Bowl wide receiver, which is great. But like, you know, the Broncos, we never really gave them a running game. You know, we weren't really well put together until Shanahan came along. And, you know, I mean, it might be a controversial statement, but like I think Reggie Wayne was kind of created by Peyton Manning. And like the Colts, like that's just the worst ownership, the worst team in the NFL. I think they're kind of proving it right now. But like he comes to the Broncos, who were like, you know, at the time winning games with Tim fucking Tebow, you know, with that defense and with those offensive weapons. And then in 4 years, he did more than he did during his entire career with the Colts. And now he's like, he lives in Denver. He's a Bronco, you know.
did you guys, speaking of Colts wide receivers, did you guys know that Marvin Harrison killed a guy?
I've heard hit him with his car, didn't he?
He like owned a bunch of like car washes, I think, and I think he like had an angry, yeah, I don't know how it was, but he definitely killed a guy and got away with it.
Well,
Good receiver though, really good receiver.
big Ray
He had
Lewis.
Dallas Clark too. That was damn good tight end.
Yeah, but
They won playoff games. Like they played the Chiefs in the early 2000s and neither team punted. Like that's how bad those defenses were on some of those Colts teams.
Yeah, I mean they like had defensive linemen, and that was like it. Defensive ends. They
Yeah.
never had like interior. So like usually you could just, I mean, like people ran it up. It was a shootout, you know. It was like a prerequisite to the modern NFL. Those Colts was just, you know, bombs and. But I mean,
They were a Big 12 team in the NFL.
never had consistent coaching. I mean, we love Dungy, but like, what did Dungy do without Peyton? Where was he before? You know,
He literally got like Gruden won a Super Bowl with his team.
yeah.
He took the Chiefs to the playoffs that one year, didn't he?
You're thinking of Herm Edwards.
Yeah,
Or
you're
yeah.
thinking of other like skin black guy. Spencer's racist.
Dude, this is a live stream. I can't cut that out. Hello.
You play to win the game.
But yeah, Herm Edwards also mediocre coach. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think I think Dungy was okay, but like, you know,
That's because he had a coach running his offense.
I hate to like even put this visual out there because it's gross, but like, if Peyton Manning played with Belichick, like, they would have won the Super Bowl every fucking year. But
I mean, they about did, but they won like half of the seasons that, not half, but close, like a third of the seasons that Brady played for them.
I think they went at least half.
Yeah.
And they only lost it, three times?
I know that like up until like 2015, there wasn't a Super Bowl that didn't feature
Manning, Brady,
Manning
or
or-
Roethlisberger.
yeah.
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 It was those three every single time.
Yeah.
But
The AFC won a lot of Super Bowls in that stretch.
I think this is the first year in a while where like the NFC might have an edge on us. It's early.
Yeah. Oh, the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Eagles. I mean, that's
I don't
kind
know.
of it off the top of my head.
I'm not sold just yet
On who?
on the NFC being better.
They're more top heavy.
I
Like,
think
I
they
would
might
say
have
all
better
those teams-
defenses, but I don't think the offenses match up yet.
I don't trust the quarterbacks as much on those teams, but they're probably more talented overall teams. Like the Cowboys probably have the best offensive line in football, potentially.
Yeah, but that's like
It's been like a
that's
thing
what they
for
say,
like
every year.
10 years.
Yeah, but now they have an elite defense too. Except Diggs got hurt.
We'll see.
Yeah, I saw that. He
I've
tore his
seen
ACL
this
or something.
before. The Cowboys are the Chargers of the NFC. Like,
Yeah.
we'll
They're
see.
the team every year, and then they find a way to be mediocre.
Yeah, they just get a lot of media. I don't know.
Brandon Staley has to be the dumbest coach in the NFL at this point. They have so much talent.
Just living off that Fangio.
Why do the Chargers always have terrible coaching?
A face like this. His little son.
So are we gonna? You guys want to go over some points here? Or?
Do some picks or do
We
your,
did
your
picks
talking
first.
points?
Do you want to talk about, Spencer?
Do you have some talking points you want to hit?
You got some notes.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to start with like Chiefs Broncos stuff, or do you want to just talk about the league overall?
Yeah, I mean, we can jump into some Chiefs Broncos stuff.
We could hit those games first on like our picks and then talk about them a little bit.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to do all the picks right now. I mean, 16's a lot. Is there 16 games?
We already did one of them too, so we could just kind of go through it slowly.
Let's do AFC West.
All right.
okay. So on the Chiefs points,
Let's
concerns
go,
on that.
Let's go like game by game. So like
What's the
Spencer,
earliest game
you can
that
start. We'll just say like first one. Well, let's start with the people that neither of us like.
like
go,
Raiders?
Let's go Raiders Steelers.
Raiders.
Spencer, you first.
It's 2.5 point spread. Raiders are favorites.
I've got. Let me look because I have Raiders.
You got Raiders. Are they
You're-
covered?
Raiders in covering.
mean, they would
Yeah,
have to.
and covering.
Yeah.
Unless you're having them win by like 1 point.
Yeah, I've got them and covering.
Lane.
I have the Steelers outright.
All right.
Just, I think their defense is really solid. I know their offense sucks. Like they played really bad on Monday night, but I don't believe in this Raiders team at all. So, and it's a biased pick probably because I hate the Raiders. But
I hate the Raiders. I hate Josh McDaniels maybe more than anybody in the entire NFL universe. Probably not true, but he's up there.
dumb.
But I've also seen the Raiders live and in person. And they've got a good system. They've got some depth in their secondary. I think the Raiders are kind of built to beat teams like the Steelers. So I got them covering.
Okay. Who'd they play last week?
They got their asses kicked by the Bills.
Oh yeah, that's a
team they're not built to beat.
Yeah.
I think that defensive line tears up the Steelers offensive line. I mean, I think it's going to happen both ways, but I think
It's probably going to end up like the spread is 43. It feels like a game that might go under. I know we're not doing unders, but because they're gross, but like over under. But
I think Max Crosby has a fucking game.
yeah.
Like defensive player of the week type game.
It's wild that TJ Watt is already the all-time leading sacks for the Steelers.
What?
Yeah.
They've had great defenses, but have they had like dominant pass rushers that like
I think it's Marvin Harrison.
James Harrison? They
James
beat him?
Harrison. He just passed him.
James Harrison I mean, was he even a lifetime Steeler?
Yeah. Well,
What?
until the last couple of years.
I mean, they're well put together, and they're living off that Dick LeBeau defense for years. But yeah, I don't think that like unless I'm just like
I feel like James Harrison wasn't even good at football. He's just a freaking freak.
he was like he's Derek Wolf, like really solid, somebody you want right there, but like, he's not ever going to get defensive player of the year. All right, Chargers, Vikings.
Oh, this is a tough one because I feel like they both suck.
They're very similar teams.
Yeah. So it's a 1 point spread. Vikings are a 1 point favorite.
Yep.
As much as I hate it, I think the Chargers win this game. They're both 0-2, right?
Yeah, but the
Yes.
Vikings are much better, I think, than their record.
Vikings
know.
gave the Eagles a run for their money.
Yeah, they're scary offensively. They have maybe the best player in football.
Easily the best wide receiver.
Their defenses are both bad. I don't know. I'm looking at scores. They lost to the Vikings by 3 and the Eagles by a touchdown. I might switch my pick to the Vikings.
I've got Vikings covering.
Eagles was 6 points. Bucks was 3 points.
The Bucks beat them.
Yeah, but the Bucks are still like really solid defensively.
Yeah, I think I'm going Vikings here.
Are we going Vikings across the board here?
Yeah, I think that the Vikings might actually
wow.
win pretty handily.
Almost just got a safety.
Dude, this game is gonna be. I'm feeling this game losing my pick. 10.5 points. It's 3-3 at the end of the first quarter, basically.
I don't think it's going to last, though.
They call forward progress.
Yeah. I think I'm ahead of you guys.
To the end zone.
Yeah, he got tackled outside.
All right.
Is Bosa the best alt-right player in the NFL?
I don't know, man. Kirk Cousins.
True.
All right, let's do you, Terrence. Bears and Chiefs.
So this is one of those games where 12.5 points is a lot of points. And everybody's talking about the Bears being like a clusterfuck of an organization to where they're just like screwing up. And this is the exact moment where the Chiefs win by like 7 points on like a final drive. They're the kings of not covering spreads. I think last year they almost covered, like they never covered. They just find a way to hang with opponents. So I'm going to go Chiefs win, but the Bears cover that 12.5.
Yeah. Spencer.
Yeah, you're right. I think this is one of those games though where it's like 35-7. So
So you got
it only goes though. The Chiefs either win by 3 or they win by 25 or 24. Like those are the only two options.
Yeah, especially with everything going on with the Bears and the defensive coordinator. I just don't see them putting together a game that's very good. Chiefs are kind of built to beat running quarterbacks too a lot. So guys who can't really throw really great. It's usually when they do well. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. Win by 3 touchdowns.
Oof. Given a 21-point spread there, huh? All right. Yeah, I'm right with Lane. You know, when it comes down to it, there's no bad NFL team except for maybe the Falcons. And they're 2-0. But I think you guys are still polishing some things up. And I'm not even like saying this out of Broncos bias. Like me and my brother, who is like the biggest Chiefs homer in the world. Like, I think you guys got some issues over the top. And so I think you guys are going to win. And I don't think it's ever going to be really in question. But I think the combination of probably, I see you guys kind of slowing things down, going down the middle, you know, shorter passes, keeping it simple, combined with the Bears really relying on the run game. Justin Fields, you know, he can't throw the ball, so that's going to naturally slow the game down. So I think you guys win, and I don't think that's ever going to be in question, but I do think it could be a relatively surprising low score game.
Yeah, this feels like a backdoor cover kind of game too, where the Chiefs are maybe up by like 14 and then the Bears kick a field goal at the end of the game, like the Rams game last week where they kicked a field goal up 10 to cover the spread.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like I said, like with this Giants 49ers game, it's a fucking 12.5 spread. Like that's winning by 14 is hard to do in the NFL. So
yeah, the Giants are dog shit and it's 3-3 right now.
Exactly. I mean, and like no pun intended, like don't poke the fucking bear. Like these guys, they're the talking point of like the shitty NFL right now, the Bears. Yeah. You know, and everybody's talking bad about Justin Fields, and you know, everybody's talking about how mediocre the Bears are. And like, I don't know, they're at the end of the day, they're NFL players, and they're playing against you guys who just won a Super Bowl. Like, it's not like they're just going to come out and like, you know, twiddle their thumbs. They're going to come out with some purpose. And like to them, this is like an opportunity. It's like they can change the entire narrative in one game, you know? So I don't know if they do that, but I think they do enough to keep the spread under 12.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could go either way. I mean, I think I could see us winning by a field goal or 3 touchdowns. It's just one of those games where
yeah.
Oh, if I'm wrong, it's definitely going to be a blowout. I mean, obviously, but
it feels like sorry to bring this up, but the Broncos game last year where the Chiefs were up like really big in the first half, and then they just let the Broncos creep back in.
It was like 21-3, I think.
Yeah, it feels like that kind of game where the Chiefs get up big and we're all like, oh, okay. I was so wrong about this game, and then the Bears like claw their way back in because the Chiefs took their foot off the gas.
Is that the Chris Jones body slam play game?
It was the Jerry Judy like 3 touchdown game or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys scored that touchdown before half. And it was like crazy,
Man,
because you got up the field in like 23 seconds or something.
we had you on the ropes both goddamn games.
That was the moment where I was like, okay, this is like the real Jerry Judy finally. Because I actually, before that draft happened, I was like, I hope the Chiefs take Jerry Judy, Jerry Judy, Jerry Judy. I kept saying it, like, move up and take him. And then the Broncos took him. So I was like, well, damn it. Now I have to like still appreciate him as a player, even though he's on the Broncos. And I always thought he was talented, but he never really came through.
I think old
that
Jeju, I think he's gonna have a good game this week. And that prediction makes me nervous because I have a lot of respect for Vic Fangio. But I think he's gonna put he was on a pitch count last week. But I think old Jeju, I think he's gonna have himself a game. He better. But I still believe in him. All right, Broncos Dolphins.
I have the Broncos, but I have them
Losing,
losing. Yeah, but
covering but losing.
yeah, covering but losing.
I'm the same. I have them cut 6.5 is a lot, but that Dolphins offense is crazy. I have them covering, Broncos covering but losing.
So what makes me nervous about this one isn't the offense, actually. It's Fangio. I think that there are some factors like, what we've been able to do during scripted gameplay is better, I mean, by the numbers than anybody in the NFL. And then we just fall off in the middle of the game. And so like right now, like the story of the Broncos is like great roster, definitely playing a lot better. We have to learn how to win. And if we can put that together, then there's not a team in the NFL we can't beat. We changed verbiage. We put some. We're giving Russell Wilson a armband.
Yeah.
That'll do a lot. But I believe in this team a lot more than I have in years. Just like the Bears, but a better opportunity. Like, I think that we have a chance to make a statement here. Jalen Waddle at this point is hurt. We've got the weapons. Hopefully we just strap Patrick Surtain on Tyreek Hill. Hopefully Kareem Jackson. Yes.
Well, I was thinking about that point you just made. I think if he's covering a guy like Devontae Adams, he shuts him down, for the most part. But Hill is not the kind of guy that's going to be covered by him all game. He's still going to find ways to get yards because he's not going to have. He's not going to have Surtain on him like the whole game.
Did you see his stat line last week?
Hill?
Yeah.
40 yards.
It's like 60 or something.
40 yards and a touchdown.
No.
I mean, you are right. I want him strapped on, but McDaniels uses a lot of motion. And Mathis makes me nervous. But no tight ends. The running backs don't scare me as long as our defense holds strong. So I think we can pull this one out, to be honest. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be the high scoring game or a low scoring game. I think it's going to be in the 20s. but yeah, I'm still a believer. I think we got our backs against the wall, and if everybody plays up to their talent, I got the old boys. I got them narrowly winning this one. Fangio scares me the most, though.
That's the main reason I picked
We're all going Broncos
spread,
there, though.
because if they were playing in Denver, I probably would have picked Denver with spread, because the spread would probably be more like -3 or something. I don't know, for the Broncos if they were playing at home. So
I mean, right now, like it's simple coaching decisions that really like it's come down with me. Like I don't know. Like Mathis, he had a good year last year, but like we need to have Surtain following some people around more, and he does, but he needs to do it more. Marvin Mims last game had 7 snaps combined, and almost 200 total yards. That's just not, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you look at the script, like Sean Payton's like flipping around and doing really well with the offense. But when it comes down to it, like there's other things that come with coaching, and it's putting the right personnel out there. And if we lose, I don't think it's going to be for anything other than, time management and putting the right players on the field.
Another big factor in that game is Jalen Waddles and concussion protocol this week, and they haven't said if he's going to play yet. So that could be a big factor.
He's probably out if he's still in concussion protocol.
He's still in it as of today.
Yeah. So if Hill's getting double covered, all game, I can see the Broncos winning.
And also, like, as long as Kareem Jackson doesn't do something stupid and he stays in the game, like the difference between our secondary with Kareem and without him is like night and day. So he's got to stay in. Simmons also, like, I don't know if he ends up being hurt, that might change my story a little bit, because he didn't practice today. So am a little bit nervous about that. But I think, like, it's not just it's a combination of like the last 2 games plus like just the dialogue. Like hopefully if I was a football player, I'd come out pissed. I think that they're going to come to Miami, they're going to be pissed off. I think, if there's anybody that does know how to play against a Fangio defense, it's our wide receivers, because they went against it every single day. Judy knows it. Cortland knows it. So I think we'll be able to score on them.
Mims knows it.
Oh, that dude, Mims is a stud.
Hey, I told you I wanted to draft him before you came over that day.
That boy's good.
I said it was between him and that Akane guy for the Dolphins.
I definitely am. I just want to see him a lot more. All right. Well.
All right. We just want to move up onto the top of the spreadsheet and just go down it quickly.
Are we going to keep on going?
Do you want to just rattle off the rest of the games, or?
Sure, let's do it. Titans or Browns?
Yeah.
I have the Browns.
I have Browns as well.
I don't love it, but
and covering.
Yeah, and covering.
Yeah, we'll just assume everything's a covering. We're just going against unless you state money line.
Actually, I did on one of them. I didn't do that.
Okay. Well, I'm keeping track of our picks here. All right, Falcons at Lions. Lines are -3.
Lions are going to destroy that spread. If there's anybody that's going to win by 2 touchdowns, it's this game.
I have the Lions as well.
I have Falcons.
Think they're covering or win outright?
I think they went outright.
I think Desmond Ridder is going to go in there and win that game.
No, I think they're going to have like 200 rushing yards.
All right.
Are they ever going to use their tight end?
Not while he's on my fantasy team.
Traded him.
It's the Packers.
I feel like I'm going heavy favorites here, but I'm gonna go Packers. No, I have Saints. I have Saints
Let's
here.
say
Never mind. I was looking at the line wrong.
I've been looking at yours as you say it.
I have the Saints.
I have Saints as well.
I got Saints. Yeah, Saints.
All right. We did Chargers, Vikings, Patriots, Jets. Jets are 2.5-point underdogs. I have the Jets. Their defense is so good. I don't believe in Mac Jones.
But you
I
haven't.
don't. I have
them covering though, right?
Yeah, I have Jets plus 2.5.
Okay, yeah.
I have them covering. I have them winning. I think they win this game.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be like a Big Ten football game where it's like mostly field goals and punts. But
Belichick seems to always do well against shitty quarterbacks.
you taking the Pats?
I'm taking the Patriots. Yeah. I mean, Zach Wilson might as well be a rookie. And I don't recall the last time Belichick lost to a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, I got
Austin.
Patriots.
All right.
I just don't think the Jets can.
Their defense is so good, though.
Sauce is overrated. Maybe we can defensive hold his way back to another W.
They look pretty good against the Bills. Bills, Commanders. Bills are 6.5-point favorites.
I got Bills winning, but I don't think they cover.
Same. I have Commanders losing, but covering.
I think Commanders got a pretty damn good defense.
Yeah.
We got Bills and covering.
All right. I like that we're taking different picks because we'll be able to see who wins at the end of the week.
I'm not marking these down. I've totally forgot this entire time.
I have a spreadsheet going.
Okay. Texans Jaguars.
I have the Texans covering. I think CJ Stroud's the best rookie quarterback. I'm not Jaguars were like that fun pick to be a dark horse. I still think they can be, but I don't think they're there yet. And the Texans have been kind of frisky, even though they suck. So I think they cover that 8.5 points.
Yeah, I got the same. Texans winning. Or Texans losing.
Yeah.
But covering. Yeah.
Same.
All right.
Colts Ravens.
So this is the one that has a big spread that I'm going Ravens. No Anthony Richardson. I know Gardner Minshew's their backup, and he's a pretty solid backup, but I think the Ravens are going to end up winning that division. There's a solid team.
Yeah, I have Ravens covering on this one as well. Although
that spread is a lot, but
I
don't know.
Has a good game because I'm forced to start him. So I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I hope the Ravens cover. Or I don't hope, but I have them as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Ravens as well covering.
Panthers Seahawks.
I have the Seahawks. Bryce Young's not playing. And he already probably wouldn't have covered that spread. So
I got Panthers losing, but covering. I think they have a decent backup. What's his name?
they have the Sam Darnold, right?
Sandy.
No,
Yeah. No.
Andy Dalton. Yeah. Sam Darnold's in on the 49ers.
No, they've got that guy. He's the backup Jackson, I think.
No, he's still with Jackson.
He is?
It's Sandy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy Dalton's starting this week, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think Seahawks pretty much dominate.
Panthers have a really good defense, though. I mean, they looked really good against the Saints.
Yeah. The Saints are a weird team too, where everybody thought they were for sure going to win that division. But Carr is just proving that he still is not a good quarterback.
I just don't think they have the talent on offense. Like people like Mike, it's like Deshaun Watson. Like if you haven't played in a billion years, like I don't know. You're not in Sean Payton's offense anymore. You're not Sean Payton's ex.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did he ever do that was like spectacular other than just catching a bunch of slants? You know, I hope Cortland Sutton becomes that, but I mean, dude, I don't know. Michael Thomas never really blew my socks off. But Cowboys Cardinals.
I have
You need to see Jones.
I have the Cardinals covering. There's just too many points.
Same.
Cardinals have actually overperformed what they were supposed to be this year. They're supposed to be the team that everybody thought might have a chance to go in 0-17, and they've been frisky in both games. There's just too many points.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys outright.
Well, yeah.
But I think they win by 3 touchdowns. It's going to be like a 40-0 game with like the Giants.
All right, got you on the Cowboys. All right, Eagles Bucks. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites.
Spreading Eagles here.
I'm going to fly Eagles fly.
Same.
Yeah, I think this is easy.
I think this is one of those games where Baker finally has like 3 turnovers, and it just kind of ends up being ugly.
He's looked really good so far, though.
Yeah, so far it looks like they should just trade the Browns. The Browns should just trade and get Baker back for Deshaun straight up.
He'd probably be shit again if he went back to the Browns.
Yeah.
I think it's just the Browns. I think Mayfield's actually is a starter in this league, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mayfield's like, I don't know. He's not that bad.
No, he's good in a good system. Like, I think the Bucks are a well-run organization these days, and if you're an above-average quarterback or average to above average, you can be solid in that system. Mike Evans is probably going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's got some good receivers for sure.
All right, last game, Rams Bengals.
The Bengals.
I think this is the Bengals get right game.
This is the one I was talking about earlier. I think the Bengals win it by like a field goal.
Oh shit, Matt's in.
That covers though.
Well, I guess I mean like
Matt.
They win by like 1.
Sorry.
Oh, so you think the Rams cover?
Yeah.
I know Joe Burrow like tweaked his calf again last week, right?
Yes, he aggravated it. That's what everybody's saying.
I don't know. I still feel like this is like the game where they figure it out finally. They start throwing downfield a little bit. 1.5. This is definitely a toss-up game.
Matt, he says he can see this game being the one game this season that we somehow lose.
The Bears?
Should have, yeah.
It's the Colts game last year.
I think that's kind of like the Lions to me. We already kind of had that game.
He thinks this is one of those sneaky games. I got the Bengals dominating. I think, hurt or not, I think Joe Burrow comes out and has a game.
Yeah, this is how they start. Burrow's like 1-8 or 1-9 in the first 2 weeks of the season in his career. So
I think it's just going to be a straight up blowout.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams are very good.
No. Who's Crud Bone Meal? That sounds familiar. It must be Steve. But
all right. Well, we've gone through the slate.
Mm-hmm.
Matt says he forgot about the first game.
What game? Oh, the Lions.
Lions game.
Yeah, that was a weird game. Kadarius Toney, baby.
Dropsies. We were talking about drops at your place whenever I was in Chillicothe. It's like I heard that was a problem, and they came out with the old dropsies.
Yeah. And they seem to clean it up though. I didn't see a single drop last week.
Toney still had that fumble backwards though, where he like lost 15 yards.
Yeah. And then Gray had a fumble. I mean, it wasn't so much drops as it was just fumbling last week.
It seems like the Chiefs are good about being very sloppy for the first half of a season.
Yeah. You usually seem to pull out wins in those, and then when they finally clean it up, then that's when they actually start to look like the team they've been in the last few years.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'd like to see them trade for maybe a wide receiver or running back or something this year.
Yeah. I don't know who though. Like I can't really think of a player.
He doesn't need a
that they-
speed threat.
Do what?
He doesn't need a speed threat. You got
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown, Brandon Cooks, like one of those always available speed rentals. You know,
Yeah. We needed D Hop.
Yeah.
oh man,
Nice
We need
possession.
we need
guy.
hands because we got a
yeah,
lot of speed.
he would have caught the ball for sure. But I don't know. I think he's cooked.
I think everybody on the Chiefs is just pure speed right now.
Except for Kelsey.
Yeah, except for
I don't know if
Kelsey.
you guys have anybody that can like straight take the top off, or at least like
Tony's pretty fast.
distract. Like
Scantling
like,
was supposed to be that guy. Valdez Scantling.
yeah.
And
I don't
Tony's
know.
got like 4.4 speed.
All these guys, like they might have some speed, but like they can also get jammed at the line. Like they don't have that like quick twitch like speed that even like Hardman had, you know, where you
Yeah.
can kind of, dodge that initial contact.
I wish we would have kept Hardman.
I don't know. He would have been too expensive for what he was. He was like 400 yards a season, kind of a guy.
I think he would have been used more this year, though. Like this would have been the year that they actually
I think
gave
they'd
him more touches.
That's what he was supposed to be last year. And then he got hurt.
Yeah, we also had Juju. He took a lot of targets away.
Yeah. It's crazy winning a Super Bowl without a 1,000-yard receiver, except for your tight end.
Yeah, but even considering like last year, like losing Juju, losing Hardman, and it's not like they're like Pro Bowlers or anything, but like not really doing much like to counter that.
Yeah, I didn't really want to sign either of those guys again, though.
Yeah, I'm not even saying like
I
those
just wish they would have
guys-
gone out and got somebody.
It's like it's the same with like the Broncos in the secondary right now. Like the whole time I'm like, okay, Mathis has promise, and I still think he does. Like I think he ends up being a decent corner in this league. But like having so much faith in a cornerback, like that he can only cover one side of the field, and we had like nobody really to trust behind him. And so now we're putting, all our eggs in the Mathis basket, and everybody's just going to try and get that matchup now. And it's like, it's kind of similar with like what you guys are going on the wide receiver side. It's like you lose somebody and you don't do anything really to fix it. And you think that like, one great player named Patrick can fix things, but as good as they are, our respective Pats, they can't do it all.
Yeah. It's one of those things like I think the past 2 weeks Mahomes has thrown to 10 different receivers. And that's actually it's like impressive, but it's not a great stat because it means you don't have a true number one.
You know who I'd like us to trade for? Darnell Mooney.
The Bears are going to be selling at some
Yeah.
point, probably.
He's a solid athletic guy that they don't really he doesn't I don't think his contract's very high, but he's a great player. I don't think they use him like they should.
They're maybe the most dysfunctional like offensive organization in football. They're like their best quarterback ever is who's the old Broncos quarterback?
Rex Grossman?
No. He played for the Broncos for a while and then he went to the Dolphins.
Plummer? No.
Jay Cutler.
Cutler, yeah.
Color.
Jay Cutler's like the greatest quarterback in Bears history.
Jay Cutler.
He was a really solid quarterback.
Is he
Who did
better
you
than
guys
Marino?
trade? Did you guys just let him go or did you trade him? I don't remember.
We got Josh McDaniel.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. He was the first Derek Carr. getting pushed out. See, he successfully got the next Pats wide receiver but what he was trying to do, which is really funny, he was trying to get Matt Castle. So like it was back in those days. So he wanted to get rid of Jay Cutler so he could have Matt Castle.
Dude,
He was so
there's
obsessed with Patriots players.
McDaniels is obsessed with building the Patriots somewhere else, which is washed up Patriots players.
Drafted Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
But I will give him this. He drafted Demaryius Thomas. So
Yeah.
and all things being considered, I think Des Bryant was a really good wide receiver. I'm glad we got who we got. I'm glad we got Demaryius.
It's one of the better wide receiver screen players of all time. I give him that.
I mean, giant man that could run like faster than anybody that size has any business running.
With blockers ahead. Peyton Manning throwing it to him on plays designed that he knows the blitz are coming. Those are pretty dangerous back then. I remember it seemed like 1 in every 3 wide receiver screens that went to D. Thomas was a touchdown.
Beautiful. I mean, there really wasn't anything that
So
Demaryius
mad.
couldn't do. You know?
I get so mad. I'd be like screaming at the TV before the play even started. It's a fucking wide receiver screen. And it's like the whole Chiefs defense didn't know it, but somehow I did. You know, like I don't know.
That's how I felt on Saturday. Every time they at the Mizzou game when they'd bring in that backup quarterback,
Oh my God.
he just ran the ball every single time. It's like,
Yeah.
how do I know that guy's not going to hand it off? But nobody on the defense knows that that's what's going to
I
happen.
kind of wonder if they were doing that so that they could run some play or they were trying to do some trick play.
They were definitely setting something up, but they just never. He just always took the read himself.
Yeah. They probably told him not to throw the ball, would be my guess too.
Yeah, he was only ever going to do a handoff or keep it, and he kept it every time.
It's a great game though.
Yeah.
I liked being on the field. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, Dietz was asking you to talk about storming the field earlier.
He wants. Oh, like
Oh,
what about
well,
it?
it was actually pretty funny because like I was like, if he makes this, we're fucking storming the field. You know, I was just trashed at this point. But Chelsea's like in front of me, and the kick goes through, and Alex just gets up and like jumps through people down to the field, like just somehow like went down like 8 bleachers without a hiccup and jumped onto the field. And I'm like freaking out trying to get down there, you know. And Chelsea, you know, these girls are in front of me and they're all falling down, and Chelsea falls and bruises her whole leg.
Jeez.
Sitting here trying to like help people up while I'm like
Freaking out.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like late getting out there, but
He was because I flew home just for that game, and Dietz was home randomly too, and I got a drink with him, and he was like, "You can't storm the field after K-State," and I was like, "Of course you can!" Like, we just set an SEC record for the longest field goal ever made, and
Yeah.
it won the game after. I don't like if it was a 20-yard field goal. I don't think we stormed the field like a 20. I think it was the chaos of the delay of game, and then we won on this walk-off 61-yard field goal, and everybody's just losing their minds. I think that's why we stormed the field. But if we
because
beat them,
nobody thought he was going to make it.
yeah, we were all like, Drinkwitz is the biggest idiot. He wasn't watching the clock. Like the biggest swing of emotions from this game's over or it's going to overtime to holy shit, he just made it.
Did you see Mizzou got fined for that?
Yeah, $100,000.
100,000, but it went to charity, so whatever.
It's an SEC policy, which is so stupid. Like the NCAA doesn't care about that. So why would you have that as like a conference policy?
Besides, I mean, K-State won the Big 12 last year, so it's not like it's some big deal
Yeah.
to do it because I think it was justified.
Yeah, I think it's also I'm pro having fun. Like storm the field, who cares?
Yeah.
Storm the field every week if you want.
Yeah, it was fun.
There's nothing better than like running onto the field with all your friends and then like getting trashed after the game.
Yeah, and like running up to players or like, yeah, they're like high-fiving us and stuff. Like I didn't the players that were still out there, I didn't really recognize, but it was cool. Like high-fiving.
Those are the guys that live for that shit.
Yeah.
It's like people are trashing Colorado for doing it too. It's like they lost their best player to a cheap shot in the first quarter, and then they came back and won.
And there's so much trash talk.
Yeah, the coach was like, I know you can't be racist against black people if you're black, but he was basically making racist statements against Dion, like about taking his glasses off.
He was talking about the way he was raised.
Yeah,
like you can't do that.
Yeah,
that's just rude.
It's pretty insane. Yeah, I love Dion though. He's made college like I think 10 million people watched that game, and it was at like
number one most watched college football game on ESPN history.
And it was a late game.
Yeah.
It started at like 9:30 Central Time.
God, I should have went to that game.
Okay, and your background looks cool now. It's all like
that's what I was waiting for. You know, you had to go with the silhouette for like half the day, and now it's like, yeah.
It's really colorful. There's like purple and green in there. Hey,
let's go. Yeah. It was the Denver skyline. You know.
I know this is like besides the point, but I laugh every time McCaffrey tries to stiff arm and throw somebody to the ground because he just tried doing it again. And he couldn't get to the ground, and he just kept trying.
Like the lead running back in the league right now, though.
All right, good. I needed that reception by Kittle there. Except it's probably getting called back.
Yep, call him back. I think it might actually be good because 49ers are probably going to kick it there.
Why is that good?
Oh, wow.
Roughing the passer.
I have the 49ers. I want them to score as many points as possible.
Yeah, I have them covering too, so I need this.
I thought we all said they don't cover.
You have the Giants. I think I have Spencer and me 49ers and covering.
Well, I got the 49ers winning, but I don't have them covering.
Yeah, I have them covering.
Yeah.
I wish I could actually place these bets.
Me too.
California, it's so stupid.
Send me some money.
Well, yeah, we'll just
drive about 20 minutes north and do it.
We'll bet through Caden.
Yeah.
I think that's why the FBI raided Alan Williams' house, but
is that the Bears guy?
I hope so. I hope that's why.
That'd be sick.
So I think he was gambling and he was doing it through another guy.
Like a bookie?
Yeah. And that's why there was 2 houses raided.
Dude, I might start allegedly Venmoing Caden every week to play some bets for me. Allegedly.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just buy me some dinner. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna get him some Taco Bell.
Sometimes you just gotta give me a pizza.
I'll get him some sushi every once in a while if I'm feeling saucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just start running a ring, you know, and collect commission.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What are you saying?
It's a ring? Like a
I'll send you some money too, you know.
No, for dinner.
Yeah.
I'll just buy some the block.
But if I tell you these picks, don't use that money to
good.
gamble with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do with it is mine.
Fuck yeah.
See, Mac.
Let's go. I bet you he's already got 10 in the league.
Oh, he's already got like 17.
It's weird seeing this 23, but like, sorry, Hager, but I think 22 is one of the stupidest numbers you can wear in football.
Gonna go off on Marcus this week. Let's go.
I'm in a really dumb league with Blake, Teamy, and their friend Alex that's in our league. Where it's just
cheating on my league.
It's just 4 teams, and it's highest score at the end of the season wins. So our teams are all just like super stacked. But it's like we technically have a matchup, but it doesn't really matter. It's just whoever ends up scoring the most points at the end of the year wins. The only thing I wish is we would have left out defense and kickers. I think it would have made it more fun.
I like defense and kickers.
I think they're just too big of a variable. I honestly think they should be left out of fantasy completely.
I don't think kickers should get negative points. That's my thing.
Now listen here, Buckaroo. Yes, they should.
I think they should only get positive.
Hold on.
Like they should never go to.
I think they shouldn't
below
get
zero.
negative if it's over 50 yards.
If it's, I don't think. Okay, correct. So I don't think they should ever go negative. I think they can get points taken away. They just should never be able to go below 0.
No, if you're missing every single kick, you should be able to go below 0. Because that's the only way you can go below 0 is if you miss every kick.
Well, you could make some and then miss a bunch.
If you make one and then you miss like 5, then you should go negative.
I've lost before. I mean, it's been years ago, but I have
All
lost
right, there it is.
because a kicker went like -6.
I just think defense is like too hard to predict. Like you can predict a tight end or whatever, but defense, if you get like the Cowboys week 1 had like 3 touchdowns, but I don't think they're that good of a defense.
Imagine if you had the Giants defense week 1. I
Well,
guess they probably didn't actually do too bad because
Well, they gave up. Yeah, they were all like, I think Dak had like 140 yards passing that game.
Unless you're in a 30-person league, why would you have? That actually might be kind of fun.
Well, you do divisions where you can like.
No. Deep
I'd
sleep.
have like Noah Gray at tight end if
the
they were
lowest score of all time.
It's like 47 to 35 final score.
If I could get 32 people to do that, I absolutely would.
you only have like 2 players that actually score points.
I have like Richie James as one of my starting wide receivers.
There would be so much like more on the line.
Oh, and it would all depend on the draft. Whoever got to draft the first 2 starters.
It would have to be lottery draft. 30-team lottery draft.
Jesus Christ, that would be so complicated.
You would spend so much money. You would spend over half of your budget on like Justin Jefferson because he would make that much of a difference. And
He'd probably win it for you just by himself.
I think Travis Kelce was on 20% of the fantasy football winners last year.
Man. He did have what, 1,450 yards or something?
Yeah, something like that. Well, also PPR, like PPR makes it that much different too. If you're just, that's another thing. I don't know if I love PPR, but it looks good.
Here was another topic I wanted to hear Caden's answer to.
Go for it.
Your thoughts on Sean Payton, telling Russell Wilson to stop kissing babies.
Well, Buckaroo, agree. Yeah.
Do you think it was right of him to say it?
Listen, I think Russell's
he's not a politician.
But the 2 greatest quarterbacks in NFL, or maybe NFL, but the Broncos history, one ended up being the fucking GM vice president, and one might be the scariest quarterback of all time. Cody Latimer, who is a wide receiver you guys may or may not have ever heard of, had the skills to be like a premier wide receiver in the NFL. And he's playing in Canada very well right now because Peyton Manning refused to throw to him because he wouldn't learn his plays and he had a case of the drops. Like if you fuck up, then he's throwing to Bubba Watson, you know.
Bubba Watson, the golfer?
Yeah, Bubba Watson.
Sick golfer, won the Masters twice.
I'm sticking by it. I mean, it honestly that works just as well. But it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. Russ, he doesn't need to be as like fierce as John and Peyton. And like I did hear a good counterpoint kind of to the same like topic by Ryan Edwards. And he's like, well, that's why Sean Payton's here. Is so he can still kiss babies. Is because he's the, dominant force in the locker room. But still, like, I need, especially with like the younger wide receivers, like I need him to be in the faces a little bit more, which I just don't think is him. I think he is legitimately that corny dork of a person. And
He's a youth pastor.
in a way, I've come to respect it. But for me, like, I think that, I mean, he's so far, like, he's definitely not the problem this year. But if there's any, like, the number one gripe that I have about Russ is that I need him to have more control. Like, I need him to, tell a wide receiver whenever he's fucking up and being like, hey, like that, the pick that he had last week, that was right to him. And to me, whenever a quarterback throws an interception right to a cornerback, that's not the quarterback's fault usually, unless it's like a deep coverage. It's the wide receiver's fault.
I ran the wrong route or whatever.
And he's a nice guy, and you can tell, like in the interviews, like he's like, yeah, that was on me, but like you could tell just in his voice, like he wanted to be like, and I think it was Cortland, and Cortland's like, I love Court, but I think that was Cortland's fault. That I think there was miscommunication twice during that drive, and it ultimately led to a interception. And so, like he needed to, at that point, be like, hey, you need to catch that fucking ball, and you need to know where you're going. Like we need to communicate better.
Do you think his comment was more about telling Russell to man up and tell his wide receivers to stop fucking up versus?
Yeah, I think he's like kissing babies. I think that's what he's saying is like he needs to quit trying to be everybody's friends, quit being a politician. Like he needs to. It's like I said, I don't need to go through the whole spiel again, but he needs to be a little bit like Peyton Manning. He doesn't need to be Peyton Manning. He doesn't need to, be like my kicker's a dumbass, say shit like that. But that's not Russ. But he does need to realize that, like, he's on the cusp of a Hall of Fame career. He's earned enough. Like he's who knows what percentage of our salary cap is going towards him. Like, you know what? He deserves a fucking office. I know that's a controversial statement, but like he also needs to get up in somebody's face every once in a while and say, get your shit together. Because that's what we need right now. Mm-hmm. It's all like, it's like what I was talking about the Dolphins. It's like, we need to learn how to win. And, the scripts are great. And there are coaching issues. There's cock management issues.
You say cock management?
Cock management. Got to be able to manage that dong. But like when it comes down to it, like he's the guy that people are going to look to because he's the one that's been there. And like he's got to be able to take control whenever like things are going off the rails.
Yeah.
And hopefully, he's only been here he seemed uncomfortable all last year. So, and he seems more comfortable this year. So hopefully, like, he can figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the player who has 4 women pregnant currently right now?
That's a player, all right.
He's got 4 of them.
Who is it?
Well, now I can't remember.
Camardi still in the league?
Oh, he has 4 women pregnant all at the exact same time.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And join the NFL.
I gotta look it up because now I can't remember.
Xavier Howard.
No
way.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
He is potent, baby.
Yeah, he has 4 women pregnant at the same time.
He said that he's mesmerized by the Roku screensaver behind me. And like, there's actually like, I'm looking at a Roku screensaver over here. So I thought there was like a reflection. And I think
they're like a Roku. I didn't think about that.
I think Roku TV, I think this beautiful skyline behind me is actually being helped out just by like the perfect reflection.
So I think the Denver background is moving.
Yeah. But it's like the perfect size of the building behind me too.
Yeah. I
Weird.
thought that was the building.
I'm having fun, guys. You guys want to do this for the rest of the game?
Sure.
I'm probably
We
gonna
could
get a lot
either
more
do
drunk.
that or
I'm gonna
mean,
start
like,
smashing some gin that you
we could
left.
hop.
No, I mean,
Wow.
let's go. We can go off the rails. Like, that's like we can cut it here and say like that's the fun part. Let's
Let's
try
get silly.
Years. Let's take 5. Sorry, YouTube. It's gonna be probably an empty screen for a second.
Take a piss.
I'm gonna take a pee, grab some beers. Let's
do it.
I might even smoke a joint. I'm in
Let's
Colorado.
get silly. Watch the game. Just be boys hanging out.
This is on the PBD network. you
Talk
know?
about
It's,
HJs.
HJs.
not gonna do this every week, but yeah, let's cross over to some PPD action.
All right.
Oh wait, but I had one that I really liked.
All right.
I wanted to talk about before we.
All right, get it in
sign
before
off.
Actually gonna
halftime. You have
talk
6
about
seconds.
sports.
Okay, so if the NFL team called you and for some reason they made a rule that if you didn't play in the next game, at least 75% of the snaps, they would lose. What position would you play, and how shitty would you be?
So you have to play 75. I mean, they're going to lose if I play 75% of the snaps.
75% of all.
Okay, but they would
snaps,
take
like, the
but they're obviously going to try it with you instead of just taking the L. You know,
Because
I would
I
have
would
to-
be
you'd
a
have to play
kicker
2
if I could like do
positions.
anything.
if it's 75% of snaps, you can just play on one side.
Of the
No,
offense,
no,
defense, you have
yeah,
to
it'd
play.
be offense or defense. You can't be a kicker. You can't be a.
I probably
snapper.
can hide in like a receiver position somewhere. I don't
Like
have to
slot
catch
guy?
any balls, but I could like hide.
See, that's what I was thinking too. I'd be a slot guy or something like that, or like a tight end who didn't block.
I could be Daniel Sorensen. Just completely useless.
Just stand out there as a decoy. Don't throw it this way.
Fuck it, I'm having fun, man. I'm playing linebacker. Fuck it.
I
He's
figured
gonna
you'd say
take
center.
some smelling salts.
Yeah, dude, throw me on outside linebacker. Let me go.
Caden's playing long snapper.
Dude,
I thought Caden was going to play center. I swore you were going to say center. Like, I said-
Oh, hell
It's
no.
too many
You
headbutts.
know how
man.
big a nose tackle is? Hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I figured
No.
you were going to go hard with it.
I've
Just
got
say
enough
center.
brain damage as it is. No, I mean, my true, like, they move me there. My true position, sorry, Jacob Lewis, I should have been defender. Let's go back 10 years. No, man, I'm rushing that goddamn passer. Are you kidding me? Give me that number 56 and that blue and orange. It's going to be sexy as hell. And I might get my ass kicked. I think I can get past one time. It's not about what they can do against me. I think I can dodge an offensive lineman one time in a game, and then I'll talk about it for the rest of my life. I'll play shitty for the rest of the game. But like, I think I got one move. I think I've got one move that I can use, and I'd get around him. I'm not even sure if I get the sack, but I'm going defensive end.
Dude, my move would be like a little under the legs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just whoop.
I wouldn't have to dip down very far. Just be like,
5'2".
The scariest thing about playing like offense is knowing that every defensive end in the league could just run me down and they weigh twice as much as me.
maybe we just get injured first time we.
Well, then we
You're
lose.
not getting 75% of the snaps.
Well, I mean,
Like
guess
if I could realistically contribute anything to a game, it would be kicker, but it would be within a very small range. It'd be within like 30 yards.
That's honestly where my mindset was too, is like, you know, we're going to be shitty, but like, if there's any position that like maybe I could potentially do a thing in, it's a position that I know, and
they're also not going to kick it though if they know who's kicking.
Well,
They're
they're not
for
going
it.
to run the offense if they know I'm playing wide receiver either.
I mean, at least you could like. Someone has to still cover you.
They're going to be
You
like,
can
man,
catch
this
the
guy
ball.
runs a 4.8 at wide receiver.
At least you have
Just
a guy that's
sitting
going
in
to be
crack
on
lots.
you somewhat. You know.
be a wide receiver in a Shanahan offense, and then you can just go and track block all game. I mean, like, wide receivers aren't very strong. You can probably block as well as an NFL wide receiver as long as you can get squared up.
Yeah, I could be like Devonta Smith. I probably weigh 10 pounds more than him.
Yeah,
I just throw myself at their knees every time.
Yeah, just get called for a flag every play. Just blocking below the waist.
See, that's the thing. If I was playing center, I would just cut block every time, and I would end up getting in trouble.
Hey, Jason Kelsey did say center's the easiest position in football to play.
I was tempted to say center, but I mean, like I don't know. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna play the things I know, and I was pretty good, on a high school level at those things. So I don't know.
I'll play quarterback in a run-heavy offense.
If I'm kicking or punting, we're gonna lose that game anyway. I'm terrible at those.
There was a time where I could make a 50-yard field goal.
I can't make a 5-yard field goal.
My
Or a
punts
5-yard
just go
punt.
straight up.
I can't punt.
They
I
go
can't
like
punt
10
either.
yards, but they go really high. They look like Travis Kelsey's kick.
I can like kick off and I could probably, I would miss most of the field goals, but I can make like a 25-yard field goal. Probably not in the
Right down the
NFL though. Like with guys running at me, probably would miss every single time.
Maybe safety.
Yeah, just hide out there a little bit. They're just they
As long as
have to tackle though.
as long as you're playing nickel the whole time or prevent, I could play safety.
Yeah, if I was playing like a deep, like deep mid, like I
And
don't
hit
know,
60
just like
backs
a
the whole time.
giant, massive step like back, like 20 yards deep. I could probably make that break. I think I could. I think like if I was there, I think I could make a tackle in the NFL. I just don't think I'm fast enough to make a tackle in the NFL. But like if I was there, I think I could, unless it's like Derrick Henry, Wide receivers are skinny dudes. They're small,
Yeah. They're just fast as hell.
Yeah. So like
Except like
if
AJ
we
Brown.
take speed away. Yeah, AJ Brown would probably fuck me up. Yeah, certain ones for sure. DK Metcalf, and then Cortland Sutton, the big guys.
On fun Mizzou news, we're predicted to sign a 5-star small forward from Little Rock, Arkansas.
I saw that.
Hey,
Anor Boateng.
Boateng.
We're also the favorite to sign that 5-star wide receiver still. He's going to announce.
He just visited Colorado.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all coming here.
I'm gonna step away for a piss break real quick.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Hold tight.
Have you guys been playing COD at all?
I have not played in like a month, probably.
Me neither.
I've been playing Fortnite for the first time ever. Been having a lot of fun, actually.
You should get Starfield on PC. Tell me if you like it.
Yeah, I've heard it's cool.
A lot of mixed reviews. People either love it or they just think it's the same thing as
The original.
No Man's Sky.
But yeah, ever since I never really gave it a chance, but Fortnite they introduced zero build last year. And I've just been playing solos, but I
so
win.
you can't build it all?
No.
See, I would like that much better because I hated that. It ruined the game for me.
But yeah, I win like almost every night just playing solos. And I've been playing keyboard and mouse because the game's a little bit more slower paced than COD.
Well, we were starting to get there where we were winning like one in every 3 or 4 games on COD.
Yeah. We just never kept up consistently.
Yeah. Me and Caden won 3 out of 4 like the last time I played, I think. And then we
That's
quit.
crazy.
And I haven't been on.
I feel like at this point I'm just waiting for the new one to come out.
Yeah. They haven't come out with a new map, have they?
No.
Yeah, then I'm definitely not as interested. It'd be better if they had Bondal every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't played in forever. I'm gonna guess it's still on like map rotation for
Yeah.
Resurgence.
Just assuming. I don't think there's enough players for them to not do their rotation.
I would freak out if they did like big map rotations and then brought Verdansk back.
Yeah. That would be fun to bring that. Get back up in the towers.
Yeah. I want to try to learn how to play COD on keyboard and mouse just because it's fun to play other games that way.
Yeah.
It's just so much faster than Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite is pretty slow.
And your health lasts longer too.
It's a lot of kids
Fortnite.
playing.
Yeah.
Dog just threw up. Oh shit.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my phone died.
It's nice being back here closer to the sea level where I can breathe. It's like the first thing I noticed.
Oh yeah, you were in Mexico City?
Yeah, it's like 8,000 feet.
Yeah.
I thought Denver was bad. I started walking through the airport and I thought something was wrong with me. And I definitely had a little bit of altitude sickness for like 2 or 3 hours.
How long were you there?
Just Monday till this morning. I left at like 6 a.m.
Has the second half started yet?
No, it should be starting here in a couple of minutes. I wish college football halftime was 12 minutes.
I was so pissed when they stopped serving beer in the Mizzou game at the end of the third quarter. Definitely lost my buzz there.
End of the third?
Yeah, they stopped serving at the end of the third. It was kind of cool being able to drink beer at the game, though. I haven't got to do that yet.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I feel like they implemented that. Did you get a Yingling?
No, the only thing they had was Bud Light. So
I
yeah,
saw
It's crazy about Yingling right now, aren't they?
I saw people holding it, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
I mean, even with me not being in Missouri, like I'm already tired of it.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
It's like I think they call it a Pilsner, but it's like a bitter or an amber. It's fine.
I was just looking for something that wasn't light beer.
I mean, it's better than most light beers.
Let me get a spotted cow. I'm gonna start buying a bunch of spotted cow when I'm up in Wisconsin and bring it back down.
That's a saison, right?
Spotted cow?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it? I don't think it's a.
That was like Tank 70.
Maybe on like a Belgian white.
Spotted cow.
I've never had one.
Oh, it's a cream ale. Huh.
It's a saison
surprising.
style brewed by New Glarus.
Spotted cow, really?
I love it, but you can only get it in Wisconsin, but it's so good. Like I drink it every time I go there. This one says it's a cask conditioned unfiltered farmhouse ale,
Yeah.
5.1%.
The farmhouse.
Yeah.
Man. I've had spotted cow a lot. I don't know. Like it's a good beer, but I didn't want to know that. Like I think my opinion's like lower on it now.
It says it's a blend of Pilsner malt, white wheat, and caramel malt. The water comes from a well on the brewery property.
Probably not anymore.
I'm really confused because Steve made a actual football reference.
Steve, do you know ball?
At first I was like, is this not actually Steve? But then like
Sports.
is this not Steve?
Where?
Is Steve secretly a ball knower?
No.
It's probably just a reference on balls.
No, he said Trent Williams just punched Ashawn Robinson.
Nah, it's not Steve.
There's no way that's Steve. But crud bone meal, that's somebody's used that name in the sock drawer before.
Is it Matt?
No, Matt's just Matthew Garcia.
It's Matt Steve.
Wait, what's my name now?
In what?
The sock drawer.
Because I don't think you know what it is in the
The other one?
What is it in Big D Boys?
Small D boy. Because he wouldn't come to Colorado when I went to visit.
Oh, is that why you guys didn't say anything when I was like, we can have a threesome?
Okay,
No, I just laugh every time you message.
He saw it on Twitter. What the fuck's on Twitter? Like fucking.
What are you doing on Twitter, Steve?
Rafa, shut up.
I didn't see it.
You want to hop on, Steve?
Want to hop in the chat?
We can
Hop
send
on
you an
the
invite.
Zoom?
We're on the second half of Off the Rails PPD Dank Sports. Wait,
In like 2 hours, I have to go to a industry Q&A because Kinsey is interviewing Melora Hardin, who plays Jan in The Office. And I'm already a few drinks deep. So
It's like 9 o'clock. Why are they doing so late?
Well, they're doing a screening at like 7:30 and the movie's an hour and a half.
Oh.
So that'll be fun.
which one's the Broncos fan? Angela.
Is she from Denver?
I guess so.
Blocking
that,
back.
That show has a lot of Missouri people.
St. Louis people. They don't
Yeah.
count.
It's still Missouri, half the population.
I'd say St. Louis has more population in Missouri than Kansas City. percentage wise.
I think Kansas City passed it, didn't they?
I think the Kansas City metropolitan area is bigger.
Yeah, no, it definitely has more population, but I think more of St. Louis is on the Missouri side than Kansas City is on the Missouri side.
I don't know, because technically
St.
Kansas
Louis
City,
is-
Kansas is a different city than Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, but East St. Louis is too, but the metro is tiny on the Illinois side.
Definitely all the rich snobs live on the Kansas side in Kansas City, in like Johnson County.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. I mean, the rich part, yeah.
But there's not
pretty
much
soon
of
you
Kansas
Go to
City.
the Kansas side. The Kansas
Yeah.
City turns into Mission.
Yeah, like Overland Park.
Shawnee
and-
Mission.
I mean,
But
yeah,
that's not Kansas City.
That's metropolitan Kansas City.
Yeah, it's still metro. I'm talking about St. Louis metro.
You're metro.
I'm comparing the
remember when
metros.
we used
I'm
to
not
use
comparing
it?
the city.
Remember when we
The
used
only
to call
part of
people
the metro of St. Louis
metrosexual?
that's in Illinois is East St. Louis, and it's like 50,000 people.
Metro Kansas City, Kansas starts in Troost, which is like Plaza area. And then like I don't know, because like the line's so weird because like I was pretty sure like the Hyde Park area, that's still Missouri. So like Kansas is like whenever it turns into Wyandotte County, maybe in Jackson.
I say, screw the sports podcast. Let's become a geography podcast.
I mean, basically. I'll tell you one thing. That is one thing that I fucking love about Denver. Like the areas like make so much more sense and it's way less spread out. Like, God, it's aggravating like how spread out Kansas City is.
Never come to LA.
Yeah, there's the same goddamn
It's-
thing.
I remember too, it was like last year or the year before, Spencer was in LA and we kept trying to meet up. And he's like, well, I'm going to be in Riverside. And I'm like, that's like 2 hours from me, dude.
Like,
It's so I'll never forget that I drove from. I looked up the maps from Santa Monica to San Bernardino, and it was like 3 hours. And I was like, okay, great. I get there by dinner time. It was like 3:00. I got there at 9.
Yeah.
Took me 6 hours to go like 45 miles. Like
It's the most like spread out city. It's the biggest county in America by population and land.
it's ridiculous.
It's insane.
In 12 lanes of traffic, 12 lanes is not enough. It's just not.
No,
Be like 12.
that's why I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, everyone works remote now, is what I've heard.
For the most part.
Yeah, I mean, like LA's like Kansas City size with Colorado traffic.
It's like Kansas City size times 20.
Kansas
Like
City is
landmass.
pretty- like land wise, like one of the biggest cities in the country. So like, I'd be curious to see how close they are, but probably not around. But Kansas City is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Like, remember how I picked you up and just my dumbass drove like across Denver? And
Oh yeah.
it really didn't set us back that much. But like we were about to head to the mountains.
All right. So this is crazy. The biggest land area of a city, they're like all Alaska.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Nothing in Alaska counts.
and then the biggest city by land that's not Alaska is in Kansas, Tribune, Kansas.
They probably
And
did
then
that on purpose.
Jacksonville, Florida,
I could see that.
It's the oldest city in America, isn't it?
Anaconda, Montana,
Eee.
but Montana, Butte. LA's 14, Kansas City is 25.
Not too far away. What's the difference?
LA is 469 square miles. Kansas City is 314 square miles.
So, yeah.
So that's pretty crazy compared to the population, because the population of Kansas City is 500,000. Population of Los Angeles is almost 4 million.
I mean, what's really crazy This is a good thing. This is the second half because this is not sports related at all. But
Yeah, this is boring as hell.
how small New York City is. Like,
Yeah.
like that shit is nuts.
I'm gonna look up what Mexico City is because
I got
so
drunk
you know what's
this
wild
weekend
about that?
with
So
the new iPhone.
you said LA was 492.
Mhm.
So Mexico City is 573. But there's
Up
20
at like 20 million. Yeah.
Isn't it
That's sick.
wild? And you can definitely tell people just like living on the street everywhere you go. Have a table set up like with their kitchen, like on a sidewalk.
That's
It's
crazy.
just- yeah. Got a real dose of reality. Just put it that way.
Real humbling.
Do you get any good food down there?
Yeah, that octopus I had was pretty amazing, honestly.
This dude, he went to Mexico and had Corona.
You had Corona?
And come to
like
fucking
beer.
United States and drink some Budweiser.
The only other beer they had was Tecate, which isn't bad.
Hey, I'll take some Tecate.
And
Bro,
they,
Modelo.
they had Modelo too.
Oh, you picked the worst one.
Yeah,
A nice Negro Modelo. Oof.
not a big Modelo fan. I like
Tecate?
Tecate. I actually drank Tecate that same night. I just was switching.
Dude,
back
you
and forth.
honestly should have just drank some mezcal. Like if you're in Mexico,
Oh yeah. No, I
You
had
had
some. I
Tequila
had
with
some
the worm.
mezcal. I had some Don Julio.
Don Julio's tequila.
They're both tequila.
They're both
Mezcal's like smoked tequila.
similar to tequila.
they're
They're
similar.
the same root.
Yeah, they both use agave.
It's like a
Mezcal is a specific and it's smoked.
spaghetti and penne.
Yeah, I mean, well, mezcal, I like it because it's like that smoke flavor, but
I hate tequila. I love mezcal.
I like them both.
Tequila is like one of my least favorite, and mezcal is like at maybe my second favorite.
Don Julio is really good. Like, did you
That's
get the
the problem with tequila is you have to like way overspend to have good tequila. The thing about mezcal is it starts expensive, and I respect that.
I'll drink tequila neat nowadays. If it's like a nicer one.
What do you drink?
I mean, the worst one I'll drink neat is let me look. I can't remember. What's it called? Espolon.
El Espolon?
Oh, yeah, Espolon. I'll drink
Is that
that
the
neat.
one with the
It's
Isn't
like
that brown?
22 bucks.
Oh,
No,
the
no,
face of
it's the normal one.
I don't know if I can do brown tequila.
It's not brown, it's clear.
Oh,
It's
they have
Blanco. They have a brown. Everybody's got a brown one. Oh, you're anti-brown? Okay. Good to
Ooh.
know, Spencer.
You're the one talking about owning browns.
What are you
What?
saying?
So
That's
everyone's
two.
got a brown.
That's two.
What about I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
We're gonna get back to sports here in a second, but I just really want to appreciate the fact that I gave you that microphone, you and Steve that microphone like a year and a half ago.
Finally using it.
And this is the first time you guys have ever used it.
Where is Steve?
I've kept it safe.
He's commenting. I sent him a link if you
We
want.
need him to talk some sports with us.
He said a nice what Modelo?
Negra.
Negro Modelo.
The black model.
Come on, Steve, hop on. This is a PPD production.
I love that Dos Equis is just two X's. That's literally what it means.
It's Dos X's.
Yeah.
I think a key is the letter.
It's
know
a
what
fun
else is
word.
Really, the cool thing they do down there is
Hey,
they always bring you
Quit barking at me.
they always bring you a glass with your beer and then they pour your beer for you into the glass.
Did
It's like a
I'm-
culture thing.
I feel like Elon was involved with Dos Equis. He loves the letter X.
My dad loves Dos Equis.
He just like one
My dad loves Dos Equis and Drew drinks Corona. Like that's all they drink.
I wish I was one of
Have
those
you-
guys that just drank one thing.
But why does it have to be just a Mexican beer? You know, like
No, I'm glad I like more than one thing, but there's something about a guy that knows exactly what they want all the time.
I guess like I do respect it just because like if I'll show up to a place, like a lot of times I have no
BJ's.
idea what I want.
I
Yeah,
always want to BJ.
get paralyzed by yeah,
No, hey Jays.
dude. I honestly think that's the gayest thing you've ever said.
That you don't like hand jobs?
Yeah.
Insane.
What starts with a hand job?
Well, this,
But you
it
said
probably starts with
how
like
this
tickling
all
the
started.
balls.
No, it
How
always
this all
it always
started
starts
was
with a
like-
hand job.
She starts and then you turn it down and she gets sad. That's how you started.
That's like whenever I'm half asleep and she tries to do it, and it's
let
like
her hand
1
job
o'clock
you
in
to
the
sleep.
morning, and I gotta wake up in 2 hours. That's when I'm like,
Could you imagine Caden getting woken up with a hand job? It'd be the greatest thing ever.
It sounds fucking fantastic, honestly.
I wish it was like when I was waking up though.
That
That
way
would
it
suck.
is. It's just earlier.
Surprise. HJ. What's better than that?
Yeah, but then you're all worked up and awake for like 2 hours, and then yeah, it's
No,
just
you fall right back asleep.
a rough day the next day.
Nah, man. That's why they got Adderall. My espresso machine came in, by the way.
Have you had one yet?
Oh,
Put a little bit of that. Oh, here we go. Steve's joining. Put a little bit of that coffee liqueur from the block in
Ooh, I
there.
like that. Yeah.
I think Caden might win this first one.
Yeah, 5-point game.
Hey, what's up? Come on,
Steve?
Steve. Where you at?
Is that what the hell?
That's Steve.
Yeah. Can you
Oh.
hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
What's your stance on HJs?
I think they're pretty underrated in the league, actually.
Yeah, but okay, Steve can't have an opinion because he
He physically
doesn't
cannot receive
know the
one.
difference between HJs and BJs.
I don't think.
Hold on,
I don't know,
What's
man.
going on here?
Like,
What's going on?
I like back when weed wasn't legal, and then people would be like, "Yeah, but look how bad alcohol is for you." They're both dope. All right. I like drinking a beer and smoking a joint. You know,
Uh,
they're not
Okay.
mutually.
Are you naked?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
NS, we're gonna have to put a not safe for
Work
work tag on this thing.
This is not-
Oh, sorry. It's just dude nip. It should be fine.
But it's like an HJ is cheese pizza. Occasionally you don't want topics. You just want to enjoy the sauce, the cheese, the crust, and really taste all the flavors.
Yeah.
to me,
I
it's
mean,
like
you call it the old
it's a
standby.
massage. You know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's just nice to sit back and take in the air. You know, just enjoy it. You
Yeah.
know?
It's a
There's so
nice
much like less
stroll
on
through
the
the park.
mind. You know, everybody's enjoying themselves. It's just
Yeah, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably easier to clean up.
try to make this about sports. The hand job is
It's a handoff right down the middle.
yeah, you know, just a
Dude,
nice
an
simple dot.
HJ is just you're
7
straight up
yards.
just your standard play action pass. You wrap
Steve
just
knows
right off
ball.
to the
Hey,
right-
there we
just
go.
straight through the
He's
middle.
been studying.
That's your standard. You know what I mean?
You looked that
Dude,
up.
I literally almost said a play action.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
A blowjob's a
Yeah.
flea flicker. You only pull it out once a game, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you like ice cream, but you don't want ice cream every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a tit job would be some sort of like lateral handoff kind of thing.
You know, if we're gonna
Like
go,
it's not always expected. Not always
have
expected.
you ever done a tit job?
I've done
Oh,
a tit
yeah.
job.
Yeah,
I think it's
That's pretty
for
solid.
sure.
Giving or
Once in a while.
receiving.
There's like a,
Yeah, well, I'll let you be the judge of that, big boy.
I don't know. It's aesthetic, you know.
Seems
Yeah.
like a lot of work.
Yeah, and like
I mean, for
I'm fair
them,
to it.
maybe it's just a hand job, except they're not using their
Yeah, they're using their
direct
tits.
hand contact. They're using their tits. It's the same thing as a hand job, except I don't know. Like there's less calluses on the tits, I suppose.
And they're using a
have
very
you
more
just-
attractive
Why
piece
didn't you
part of
just
their body.
use lotion?
Because like, you put lotion on a callus, but it's still like a hard bump. And so if you're getting like, 200, 300 fucking, even of a soft callus, it's gonna leave you with a little mark. You know what I mean?
Doesn't take that long for me.
Yeah, well, no.
I have erectile dysfunction, so
Hmm.
I'm a champ. I'm a stallion in bed.
Steve, who you got
Takes
winning
me-
this game?
Oh, there you go, Debo.
Yeah, it's Steve. Who do you got against the spread?
Well, I mean, against the spread, it's totally gonna be New York.
Damn, what happened? Did they miss a
Hey.
field goal?
So Steve's on my team.
All right, I'm gonna put you
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I'm gonna put you down on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't
Bring on
know.
old New York, but
The 49ers are
spread.
suddenly looking like they're gonna beat it.
Oh,
After that
yeah,
play.
Steve is on the Giants.
yeah, yeah.
What was the
He
spread
likes
like?
that giant cock.
10.5.
That big monster white.
It's gonna be
Great
10
white
points. This game's gonna
cock.
be 10 points because Vegas always knows.
I think 49ers got 2 more touchdowns in them.
It's actually not setting up to be a 10-point.
Oh
game,
my
'cause
God.
It's
Yeah,
five,
there we go.
it's 5 points right
I was
now.
gonna stall.
What was that? Was he a lumberjack just now? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that was an interesting.
You know what the worst celebration is? Is the air guitar, and everybody does it.
Dude, right?
Every once in a while, there's somebody that can
That's-
pull. I mean, like
I don't know. I've
say
never
it-
seen
I
anyone
hate to
that
say
looks
it 'cause
cool.
I'm not
on.
sure if I love the aesthetic, but like the Clay Matthews, AJ Hawks, Alex Singleton, like
Jared Allen's. I hated his. I was a Chiefs fan. I hated his celebrations.
this is some like hunting, right?
No, it was like he would do this whole like
Like,
Dion thing.
He did the hog tie.
I actually hate
Yeah, but it
Kittle.
was a
I
hog
love
tie, and then he'd do that.
I love Kittle, but I hate his first down celebration. The like little
The wrestling thing.
he does this thing.
Not sure if I know that one. He almost got one. He almost showed us there.
I think Kittle's like the most likable guy in the NFL, but I don't like his celebration.
Who is the most likable guy in the NFL?
Kittle's up there for
I mean,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, if as a Chiefs fan you're saying Kittle, then
I like Kirk Cousins
argument. What?
after the show.
The most likable quarterback in the NFL is.
Have
the
you watched
fucking
quarterback? Dude, he's a good
alt-right
guy.
anti-vaxxer.
I guess if you're talking about just them on the field, then no. But as
I'm talking
as a
about
person,
the most like the Marshawn Lynches of the world.
like as a person,
He's
Marshawn
definitely,
Lynch is a quarterback?
whether or not you like Kirk Cousins or not, he's absolutely not the most loved quarterback or player in the NFL.
DK's pretty likable.
People really hate him. DK is not bad.
He's
I think
he
he's
loves
pretty cool.
he loves threesomes. It's pretty likable.
You guys as Chiefs fans probably won't agree, and I'm not even sure if I do, but I think Joe Burrow's decently liked.
I like Burrow as a person.
He's just got
I'm
the,
sort of
like, I think
I like
he's
to like
kind of
him
that-
since I'm Catholic.
I think I like Josh Allen more as like a personality
Eh,
Josh
off the
Allen.
field.
Not a lot of controversial quarterbacks these days, are
you know,
there?
Josh Allen like fucked a bartender and
Sick.
he was engaged or something like that and cheated on her.
Legend.
Who hasn't?
Bartender.
You know,
Now he's dating Haley Baldwin or whatever. Not Haley Baldwin.
It seems like he might be a POS in person.
He's likable in interviews.
I feel like we're forgetting somebody really important.
Where was
I'm gonna throw my boy in there, Von Miller.
Yeah, Von Miller's
Oh,
very
Ben.
likable.
yeah?
Ben Roethlisberger, probably.
One of the most hated.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger, very likable.
He's a Cousins guys.
There's probably a court. Jared Goff is pretty likable. He's non-threatening.
Yeah, I like Goff.
He wouldn't be likable if he was really, really, really good. Probably.
Is he like an underdog style kind of QB?
He's like
Like
a middle of the
nobody roots
pack
for him?
Man
quarterback.
wins.
Yeah, he's won everywhere he's been.
Everyone's gonna give me shit for this, but I'm still gonna say Mahomes.
I don't know, man. I'm a
He's on his way to
No
being
reason to hate him.
unlikable.
He's never done anything to make somebody hate him.
I think he's guilty by association.
Well, I think it says a lot about you if the only thing you can criticize is your family.
Okay, but so do you like
No. What I'm saying is, it means Mahomes is a pretty solid person if the only criticism he ever gets is his family.
Yeah,
Like nobody ever criticizes him directly.
I think Aaron Rodgers is a pretty
He
cool
doesn't
fucking
have
guy,
really,
but
like,
he obviously
much
has
of a
problems with his
personality.
family too.
Like Mahomes himself.
Well, Rodgers is one of the most unliked guys in the NFL.
Yeah, he's really disliked. I mean, you're picking like polarizing people. So
Mahomes is less liked because he wins too. You can't pick a winner.
I think Mahomes just doesn't really have like much of a personality. He associates with some really loud people,
Yeah.
and that's why like his family gets like paired in with him. But like
Brock Purdy, pretty likable.
so far, yeah.
I don't
So
really
I'm
think
gonna go ahead
Purdy has
and
the
throw this
personality
one
that
out
either.
there.
I mean, I don't really know what he's shown to.
Terry Bradshaw.
I love Terry Bradshaw. Not an
Yeah,
active
who
player, but
doesn't?
love Terry Bradshaw.
There's a
I'm
lot
trying-
of players I could pick pretty easily over current ones.
Yeah,
Doug
former
Flutie?
player. Well,
I mean,
you
the most
hear more
likable,
from.
I mean, Marshawn Lynch is, I think, the most all-time likable player, right?
Yeah,
Okay, seriously.
Dude, him
So was
on-
Marshawn Lynch a quarterback? I seriously
No.
don't know that. Was
Running
he
back.
QB? Oh, I thought
Him on
I thought we
that
had to
show.
only pick from quarterbacks.
no, you
he's
can.
the
try and
most
survive in the
most
wild.
likable, not popular, most likable player in the NFL.
Oh, like ever? Just like currently?
They have to be playing. I
Paul
would be
Mahler.
beating the drum more for Von Miller if he was like more relevant right now,
Yeah.
but he's been injured for like 2 years. But like, he's pretty universally liked.
He was on Pardon My Take a couple years ago, and he called his dad when the Tom Brady kissing on the lips thing was going on. He's like, "Dad, we kiss on the lips, don't we?"
Hey,
I love that man.
who doesn't like a solid smooch on the lips from their dad?
He's like, "I kiss my daddy."
Heck yeah, that's wholesome. That's a good thing.
Just a good dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna kiss my dad on his lips at his wedding.
You should
I will
Do it.
kiss their dad
next
on the lips
next
during the
next
wedding.
weekend. Yeah, we're not even Italian. I mean, we're Cuban, so we're like adjacent.
Yeah, you're like
We're like one step removed or whatever. So
Yeah, you both
don't even
were
fit in.
communists at one point.
Yeah,
Axis power.
both pretty cool, I guess. I don't know anything about my heritage. Who cares?
All right, I know the most. He's not a player. He's a coach.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Dan Campbell.
Yep.
Yep, Dan Campbell.
He's the most likable player in the NFL, or like likable person in the NFL.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
We already talked about this. We literally talked about this like 2 weeks ago.
Everybody loves him. He's the
Is
best.
he kind of a bigger guy?
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a-
former tight end.
Yeah, or lineman, definitely on the line.
I think your better coaches or your more likable coaches are going to be the sort of the kind of fat guys with like
He's
those kind
buff.
of
He's
like
not
those
fat.
kind of like faces where like you could tell that they've been drinking for a lot of years.
I do like those too. I like Wade Phillips. Love Wade Phillips.
I don't know
Just
any
got-
coachs
He's 80
other
years
than
old, but he's still got a
Andy
baby.
Reid's hard not to like.
Who?
yeah.
Andy Reid.
He's like he's football.
Loves a good cheeseburger.
I'll take that over Mahomes. I think he's more likable.
Oh yeah,
What's his
Did
name
that
again?
Nuggies
Andy?
commercial where he's like, "Give me the Nuggie," and he like reaches his hand out to steal it? That was the funniest shit I ever saw.
What was the Chiefs quarterback name again? Or not quarterback? The coach name again?
Andy Reid.
You read?
Andy Reid. Okay, Andy Reid is the NFL's Wilfred Brimley.
Yeah, the diabetes.
Just kind of a.
He does wear diabetes socks.
He's
so
just
it makes
always
a
you
been
lot of
wonder.
there
weight.
for you. Kind of
He didn't
guy.
lose like 50 pounds.
Really? Just over the summer? Jesus.
in the last like 2 years. Yeah.
Oh.
That was a big
Marty
stop by the Giants.
Schottenheimer.
I mean, you should look at pictures of him when he first came to the Chiefs and now, and it's like night and day.
It's crazy. He's still very large.
I got Jake Moody. Hell yeah.
Like Santa Claus.
Let's go.
Brian Dable's a big dude.
Yeah, Giants head coach.
Yeah.
That was a good convo.
So you guys think they're ever going to do anything about what's that whole? I guess it's sort of a controversy, like real grass versus turf kind of thing. That one guy like freaking shredded his leg last Sunday or whatever it was, like 2 throws into the game.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think at this point, like it's pretty much just agreed upon that grass is better.
They did. I don't know how they proved it, but they proved that that was not a turf-related injury.
But there's
Well,
plenty.
most of them are.
Like there's plenty of like stats backing it up, and I mean like even in high school, whenever I like knew that we were playing on a turf field, I hated it.
Oh, you're just playing on concrete, basically.
I mean,
Look, it's
no, you hit softer
hot too.
usually, at least compared to old Jerry Linton, because they put sand in the grass there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I thought it was a tragedy whenever I found out that we went turf.
It's just so
Like,
hard
and,
to
like,
maintain.
Also, like I knew like Willard, like he had so much control over like everything that like he would tell Donnie like, hey, we're gonna win this one in the trenches, leave the grass a little bit long. Something you can do with grass. That's
Damn.
real advantage. There's no
Right.
rules against it.
Right. Right.
But like
He's back. He's assistant head coach now.
Willard
No
is?
way.
Yep.
Willard,
He's like 97.
He's like 60
assistant
something.
Yeah, he's like assistant or something.
to who?
His name's like Chad something. Chad.
We saw him after the case. I don't know his name. It's Chad something, but he was
Chad
like,
Smith, maybe.
yeah.
Hmm.
But he was like, man, K-State has to really feel like they let that one slip away. And I was kind of like, I didn't feel like there was a point in the game where I felt like K-State was outplaying us.
Yeah, not at any point. I mean, they were up 14-10 at one point, but that wasn't. It was back and forth.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, this guy's just not smart.
I mean, it was 27-20 before they scored a touchdown. So
Yeah.
Willard as an assistant doesn't sit right with me.
I bet he asked him. I don't know. The only reason I know that is because I went to Blackwater with Alex like a couple weekends ago, and we showed up kind of early. It was during the Chautauqua, and they had some kind of like CHS alumni football program thing going on, and all the like former coaches were showing up. I don't think it was players because I didn't see any players. It was like all coaches, like Maple and
Abel was probably there just to look at the cheerleaders.
no, there was probably like good 10 coaches out there. And Alex actually went and talked to Willard, and he said that he was back doing it again, I guess. So he was assistant. So
Honestly, he should just pull a Snyder at K-State and just take it over again.
who knows what he's doing? I mean, he might not even be on the sideline. He might just be at practices or whatever.
I don't know why Stavo didn't take over.
Yeah. I think he's a good coordinator. I don't know if I was kind of hoping he would take over at Marceline because they were talking about asking him.
I always thought he was going to be the next head coach. Well, he was my main guy.
Yeah, no, me too. He's great. I think he's a great leader, and he's got a lot of good qualities, but I don't know if he cares as much about offense, honestly.
He was my offensive line coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more like, and I mean, he.
I
Did
think he's
say,
more of like a lineman guy, though. I don't know if he's.
I don't know, man. Boy knows ball. He did say like in the whatever it's called, he was harder on me than like any player that he's ever coached. But like that, and I probably agree, like he was tough on me, but like I don't know. I still like to me, whenever I think of like good coaching moments, I have like 10 for every one of any other coach. I thought Fillard was a great head coach. I don't think he should have ever lost his job. I think that's where he was meant to be, but like I think he was like Stable would have been a great head coach.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I liked Willard a lot.
he was like my coach dad. He was fucking tough on me. Told me to put my dick in the dirt. I sure did.
Like Jerry Litton himself,
Yeah, that's right.
or the guy that the
What was the
what's it
spread on
called?
this game?
The
10.5.
Lebnowski Trophy, the
Not
Lemnicki
there yet.
Trophy.
Stopping right here. I think we've got it.
I've got my glasses on. Is it how much time?
Get his ass. Get his ass.
4 minutes left on the third.
Over. Oh, there's a flag.
Play hit. Yep.
I think it's
Faster.
holding. It's holding.
Mm.
Oh,
Offsetting.
I don't have
you
anything
see,
else
you see
to
Devil. He was
watch
like,
this
"What?
on.
It was offsetting."
You don't have Prime? Don't you have my Prime?
Uh-uh.
I've been using Terry's HBO Max.
There's another flag.
Doesn't he use my HBO Max?
Yeah, no, I've been using his profile. I keep thinking about changing the name.
Oh, does Terry use
I don't
that?
think that. I don't think you.
No, he does use it
Uses that.
occasionally because I see stuff
He
that I
does?
probably never watch. Show up
Oh.
on continue watching.
He
Yeah.
asked me for the password once. I like made that.
Is he gonna
profile
throw it?
show.
Oh,
But yeah, Terry ended up like finding out that I had all the Garcias. I mean, literally everybody uses
oh,
it.
I'm there. Yeah.
Steve uses it. Terry
Yeah.
I
uses
did have my dad's. And I
it.
don't-
His mom uses it. Matt uses it.
Yeah. I use it for we watch the Lord of the Rings and like I think Sesame Street.
It's a good
But
day.
it's mostly stuff Annie watches. Annie loves Lord of the Rings, dude. She just calls it Frodo. She's like, I want to watch Frodo, and she'll sit there and watch like the whole friggin' movie, man.
She's got
Obsessed
better
with
attention than I do.
it. Yeah. Like I can't even do that, dude.
I watch Lord of the Rings like once a month.
I can love those movies so much. Love them so much. They're so good. Oh my God, Spencer. You moved out of the way and your portrait filter.
Your clock
dissolved,
is
and
wrong.
Now I can tell that you have a clock in your room.
Your clock is 10 minutes off.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey.
I just finished off the Night Sweats one.
oh.
I finished that off a long time ago when I visited.
Well, we're all out. Wait, you finished the 2 year. We got plenty of that.
It's the Florida rain.
Nice little gift bag.
I need to take a Southwest trip like once every couple months to just visit Caden.
Well, you guys are coming next month, right?
The game.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard yet.
What?
I'd be
what's the
down.
date again?
What?
What's the date?
We play in twice in the next 6 games, I think. So probably-
October 29th.
Daylight savings time ends.
Gross.
Fuck.
The dumbest thing in America.
Well, if you're here during get light savings time,
Daylight.
daylight savings time. Then you it's no difference.
I should be good. Yeah,
It's listen.
I've got enough fucking points to fly to China. So
To China.
China.
did you guys hear that?
Your dog?
Is that a fart?
Yeah.
Whoa, that did sound like a dog. Let's see.
You thought that was my dog?
It did sound like a dog.
Sounded like a bark.
I go, ugh.
My dishwasher sounds like it's dying from my clothes washer.
Yeah.
It's making like a weird
We could fly in on like
gurgling sound. I sincerely thought that there was
fly
an
in the
animal
night of the
here,
27th.
exsanguinating. Like,
fly back on the 30th. Right.
Let's see. Be you, me, Lane, AT. Would Dietz want to come?
Probably.
So let's just say 6, just to.
My problem with that is I'm gonna talk to a old girl. She's gonna get pissed if I'm doing something on the weekend of Halloween.
Oh, brother! If all your homies are gonna be here,
Just saying.
so we're looking probably $200-300 a person. Yep.
what am I doing? Do I have to do anything for this?
No.
Okay.
You don't gotta do nothing. Unless you want to come.
No.
Yeah, you can come, and then
I'm gonna come.
yeah, and then I can ride in the front row again. Be your chauffeur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will you help me get across the airport, Spencer?
You gotta bring her a stick again, like last time. That was funny.
My pimp cane.
Steve was just talking to everybody. He got on that train from the airport to downtown, and he's like, "You look like a woman from my church." He said to some random girl on the train, and then they talked for like 10 minutes.
Dude, because I totally thought that it was a lady from friggin' Mass, man. Like I could have swore that I'd seen her before. And she just looked. The thing is, I don't even know what this lady's name from our church is. Like I've only ever seen her there. I don't know what her name is. I saw that random lady and she was like the spitting image, dude.
It's probably like Beth.
Beth.
Yeah, probably a Beth or
That's a
you know,
Protestant name.
Violet, Linda,
Linda.
something
That's
like that. Probably a Linda. But yeah, that was strange. No, I've got plans on Halloween, so gotta take the
Yeah, you've got a kid.
chilling out for it.
Spence, you need to
Yeah,
start
I'm
working on
kinda-
that pretty quick because we're probably gonna have to get these tickets pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm already looking. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I gotta figure it
Tickets?
out too.
No, yeah, Southwest. I haven't
Oh.
looked. I'm not looking at Broncos tickets yet.
I don't know how much they'll drop.
I bet they're fucking expensive.
They're about 200 a pop right now, but then you have to consider like game or like stupid fees that they do to get tickets. So every ticket you get is $50-$100 more than it actually fucking is.
Is that like when you have to buy shit?
Let's
to
just rent an
Ticketmaster
Airbnb
or
and
what?
watch it on a TV. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
There you
we
go.
don't rent an Airbnb to do that. I got a projector.
True.
Sorry for coughing.
And you have a
out
fireplace?
The joint, fellas.
Do I have a fireplace?
Yeah.
No.
What is that reflection? It looks like a little
It's the
fireplace.
Roku.
No. You have a candle lit.
Oh, it's the candle. Okay.
Thought they're going for a while.
It looks like a little rectangular fireplace.
What's the smell on it?
Vagina.
I wanted
Is
to
that
say-
one of the 3 or 4 that me and Matt have bought you?
No, I burnt that shit. I go through candles really quickly. It is cashmere mahogany.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, I
very
got the home
refined.
smells. I got pumpkin spice in my bathroom.
Nice. Nice. Good job.
Yeah, just like to smell delightful in here.
Yeah. Need to get you one of those Gwyneth Paltrow pussy candles.
I heard they just smell like a candle.
Goop.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, the goop. I want to buy one just for myself and just like put it on my kitchen table and see how long it takes my wife to notice.
I doubt she's like, that smells like pussy.
Well, I
It's
mean,
dirty.
no. But like, doesn't it say like right on the front, like vagina smell or whatever? Yeah.
That's trippy.
Cheers. He's not sponsored by whatever brand that is.
It's blurred.
I mean, if
Blurred out
anybody
anyway.
sponsors us, it's
Blurred.
like,
Get us the spot. Get them to sponsor us.
oh my god!
Let me get a case.
Everybody drink the
Oh,
block.
fancy.
I did. That was my
Attaboy.
Negroni tonight. Was the block
Yeah.
autumn gin.
Ooh,
Autumn gin. A blank what?
The block autumn gin
my
A blog?
blog.
Blog.
The
What?
block. It's where Caden works. The block.
Oh, that was
The
rough.
block.
The rough, dude. It's smooth.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a
Okay.
sponsor or no, Spencer?
Damn it. I don't want
Yeah.
don't
It was
tell
the smoothest slag you ever took, boy.
I have a hard time throwing away their bottles because they're so nice looking. Like
Yeah.
this
that's why I
is
keep
my,
I have a bunch of Maker's Mark bottles.
this is my night
Deal.
sweats bottle.
That looks a lot prettier than a Maker's Mark bottle. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
I just like the little wax thing, you know. They all have their own little
It
thing.
is cool.
They all look different.
we got that.
It's a nice little
The block
touch.
is like a fun feature.
I've kept both these bottles, yeah.
You put the lid on wrong.
You got to line it up.
He says everybody does that. They put it on the wrong
It goes
way.
long ways.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It kind of juts out.
There you go.
There you go.
Trademark.
TM,
Mm,
not an ad. Until they pay us.
Wait.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They pay me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They pay you, but
Yeah.
not for ad.
It's like a
They don't pay you
paid
ad dollars.
sponsorship. Yeah. That's
I think
different.
I'd be the one setting that up, wouldn't I? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is quick.
You're like, oh yeah, I got an ad deal. Just tell your
It
How
blurs
does
it
it
up.
know that
just
that's
create a
liquor?
contract for us all. It's just free bottles.
Spencer, how does that know that it's liquor? Like how does like does Zoom have like an AI now that edits that shit out or what? Is that just like
You notice it's not a body.
You
I
don't see the
guess?
Under Armour right here?
Yeah, I see that. But
Well, it's not-
what-
It's not blocking out brands.
no, but I mean like was it blocking out does it block out like alcohol use or
No, it just
drug
blocks out
use,
anything
or-
that's not me.
Oh,
And see, like
okay.
if I get out of the way of this mic,
See, it thinks it's a dick. It's blurring the mic now.
Do you know your clock is wrong?
Not where he's at.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes off.
Where's he at?
You know, time zones work the same. We're all in the same hour, like not hour, minute.
I don't know about that.
You don't know.
We're off by at least 60 of those.
Oh, it's the
minutes,
delay.
so,
Spencer's delay
Yeah.
is longer.
Yeah, he's got like a 10 minute.
He's
delay.
10-minute delay.
yeah.
Spencer, you know your clock is off by 10 minutes?
oh, the big dumb clock behind me.
Yeah.
Big dumb clock.
The clock that's I give her shit about every time I see the same one in a store and it's not $100.
You pay $100.
You'd think
for a
if it was
clock?
$100, it would be able to tell time.
No, she spent $100 for that clock, and I've seen the same clock in other places like 5 or 6 times, and they're all like
Mhm.
25, $30. And I point it out to her, and she gets angry every time.
Should sell it.
You catch
She
that?
bought it at like Hobby Lobby or some bullshit.
You could have made one for less than that, bro. They'd look cooler.
I don't know how to make clocks.
Made a clock in eighth
They're
grade.
easy. You can do the wooden part, and then all you do is buy the actual clock part. You never did
Yeah, the
that project in like MST or whatever.
The only thing I ever did in MST
He went
was
to Bishop
turn a
Hogan.
penny into a brass coin
Oh, yeah. You turned copper into brass?
because it's
It's not. It's lined
if
by.
you melt
Philosopher's Stone.
if you melt copper and nickel together or whatever, it turns to brass.
Dope.
You guys
I didn't
defaced
fucking know
American
that.
coin.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You should have done it
I ever
with
did in
the
MST was
Canadian wheat
everything I
pennies.
wasn't supposed to.
I think she actually said she
Yeah.
got permission for it. Because she would be the type to be like, send a letter in, like, is this okay?
What
Yeah.
was the
I didn't
middle
learn a
school
thing in
class?
that class. Industrial
Industrial
tech.
tech.
With,
Yeah.
with Mr. DeBay.
Yeah.
I remember his daughter. I think she kind of had a weird thing for me. Wasn't sure, but I remember sitting in class one day, and his daughter. It was like early in the morning. She was like crying out loud in the middle of class because I don't know, some sort of like fucking red cow had been born in Israel or some shit, and she was talking about like it was the literal end of days, like that freaking everything was gonna burn, but like Zion and like the Jesus was coming back, and like she was freaking her shit out in the
Were
middle
they
of class. Like, I had to
weirdo
remove her from class.
evangelicals?
I have no idea. I thought that they were like maybe I don't know that they were Mormon or something like that. Like I don't know what sect of Protestant they were, but they apparently were super into
End times
it because
people?
I remember, like she was like she was bawling her eyes out because
Damn it.
something had gone down like in Israel. There was a war or something, and she was like, "Oh my god, like Jesus is coming back like now." Going fucking crazy. But anyways, industrial tech, Mr. DeBay. That was a cool class. I made a really shitty toolbox and painted it red.
Oh yeah, dude. Those like sheet metal ones.
Yeah, you just bend them and you give a little
Oh,
pinchy welding. That was the shit.
Spot welding.
Yeah.
Mister just
Yeah.
got so excited about something.
Did you guys
I
you
made
guys
this
really
the-
missed you guys really missed out on end
Nice.
time stuff being
It's
Catholic.
just like a big fucking
Yeah.
coin holder, but it was all MIZ.
I think that would just made me a non-believer even quicker.
Yeah. You guys missed out on the Left Behind movies. Those things ruled.
Oh, dude, left.
I think I was hanging on by a
behind,
thread
bro.
from,
That
like,
was the
third grade on.
shit. That
Damn,
was the
Jake
shit.
Moody is going off for me. Let's go.
Let's go,
Why
gentlemen.
does every kicker's shoe look like it's 4 sizes too small?
11 points for Jake Moody.
I bet they wear really tight shoes. There's probably
Yeah.
a good reason why, but I bet they do. Laces out, Dan.
You remember barefoot kickers?
No,
No.
because I'm 90 years old.
Dude, Mizzou had one in, like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah.
Kicking
Barefoot?
barefoot?
Yeah.
Ow.
You just did it
Like-
for the dick.
Early in the Pinkla era.
That's nuts. Dude, when I was a kid, I kicked a football.
You sure? I didn't think
barefooted?
he had toes or something. Wasn't it
No,
Man,
that's
the-
a
the
different
point-
kicker. That's like
What's
a
up?
legendary kicker.
Collapsed one of my veins. My foot swelled up like a giant watermelon. And then the veins grew back in like 2 different directions. How you doing that every time you go out and kick? That's nuts. Those footballs are hard, especially when you hit them on the pointy part, which I guess you're not supposed to do that.
Remember the greatest track star of all time who never was?
Oscar Pistorius.
Ramsey. He never wore shoes.
Ramsey?
He was barefoot.
Oh, you talk about Ramsey Derrickson?
Yeah. That dude could outrun our entire long distance team. Other than maybe like Casey. And he'd be barefooted.
Well, Tim was
time.
no slouch.
He's good at high jump.
He was a pretty good runner too, wasn't
Yeah, he's a pretty good runner.
He did
I mean, Ramsey was like,
cross
he
country.
had some like crazy fucking stamina.
he? All I
Like-
did was walk
Like
around
alien,
and
like
take
alien.
credits. Sorry, that's obnoxious.
Me?
I'm gonna go smoke too. It's a good idea.
Well, I can do it right here. What the fuck are you doing?
I gotta go out and shop. I can't smoke inside.
Are you gonna smoke weed?
Yeah.
You're smoking now?
I mean, I didn't buy it, but yeah.
Did I leave it?
No.
Didn't I leave you some?
Just
Uh,
showed up.
Her girlfriend or her sister's boyfriend is yeah, big time smoker.
Look at this big old jar I got.
He has a plant growing on his back porch. I'm like, dude, you need to fucking get rid of that shit.
Why? You can grow it now.
You can grow it now in Missouri.
I don't think you can legally grow it in Missouri without a license.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, it's wrecked.
You don't have to have a license. You can only have like so many plants, but you can grow your own in Missouri now.
Really?
I don't think
Yeah.
Missouri has a cap on it. Most states do, but I think that's like the one weird thing about Missouri is like you can fucking grow the shit out of it.
I thought you had to have some kind of license, like a grower's license or something.
Mm-mm.
A grower,
Never-
not
Maybe
a show's
for-
license.
For resale.
Yeah,
So,
that's
okay, yeah. So maybe it's only if it's only resale. I guess you're smoking it. It's fine.
There's a bunch of weed that just grows naturally in Missouri.
Well, he was always worried
Mhm.
about. He's the one that's worried about it.
Friggin' weed used to grow across
just
from
mountain.
the high school parking lot.
I remember
It used to be
Kellen
full of ditchweed. over there.
Ferguson allegedly used to sell weed to people in high school
Helen.
that just grew on his family's farm.
Ew. She just
He did not. He pretended. He thought it was a big joke. I remember that shit. It
Who
was
was there was a nerdy guy in his grade that he used to say he was selling it to.
Helen
was
asked me
friends
if I
with-
was looking at his sister's ass once. And I'm like, dude, everybody's looking at your sister's ass.
You're like, yeah,
Like, come on.
I wasn't, you perverts.
Everybody's looking at Connor.
He always pretended to be mad or pretended to be doing something like really bad that he would never do. Like that was like his thing. It was always.
He has like a
He thought it was funny.
yeah, Chris Collinsworth personality.
Yeah. I can't believe Kellen has been married and has kids and stuff before me.
Yeah, man, he's like doing really well for himself.
Yeah. So is his sister.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're listening. I'm sorry I looked at your ass in high school. Sorry.
Yeah. He would not do it again now.
Yeah. Totally.
look at your brain.
Yeah.
I like me a good
Kyle
butt.
Bethards, if you're listening, I'm sorry that I sold you 2 Gatorades for $10 in gym class once.
I mean, that's like average price now.
Yeah, but back in like 2003, not so much. And you know, when you take advantage of a guy like that, you know, kind of.
Caden got taken advantage of by a guy like that.
You do, oh, my
Anthony.
God.
Clearly, yeah.
He would just always hit him up for
The only
Dr.
person
Pepper.
that's ever got the better of me. Tell you that.
Were you touched? Were you touched in your special spot by someone special?
He's just got a big heart.
Oh, oh.
I was touched.
Reminds me of that. Yeah.
Old Anthony.
Wasn't there a
Motherfucker,
show
Dr.
about
Pepper
that?
out of me every day, though. I'll tell you that much.
You were extorted for a Dr. Pepper every day?
Mm-hmm. After he
I
would
don't know,
ruin our
man.
lives every morning.
Yes, but yeah.
Yeah, but Cato is also the type of guy who, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was still happening to this day. Because Cato's just the type of guy
Just
who's
Venmoing
like,
him.
well, he's
There you
just
go,
like, you know what,
Anthony.
fuck you. But he's like, at the same time, Cato's like, fuck you. But also, like, sometimes you just need a Dr. Pepper every day. And I'm just gonna give till it hurts, kind of thing, you know? Like Cato's just got that kind of heart, man. You can he'll just buy a Dr. Pepper every day for life.
Well, shit, Steve. Damn. So sweet. I will say, if I could see Anthony every day, I would definitely get Dr. Pepper every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know? There's a symbolism there. Letting bygones be bygones, burying the hatchet, letting new things grow. Sorry for all the coughing. I'm on the tail end of having bronchitis. I feel like I'm blowing everyone's eardrums out.
Jesus, boy.
I'm a little loopy.
Spencer sent me a picture of a joint in his feet.
And his feet?
He gave that away for free.
Yeah, man. Look at this. See that? I'm
He's
trying to
giving away
figure out
toe
what
picks
the
for free.
sticks are, though.
Dang. Why is he holding it with his foot?
So, like, it looks like they're a whole thing in on the computer, but those are
I
like
see now.
shadows.
I see.
So at first I thought they were doinks,
Gotcha.
but they're like little sticks.
Gotcha. I see now.
Yeah, that's
He's
his
just giving
Huh.
away feet pictures for free. We're in the
Yeah.
content game, Spencer. You got to save those.
Yeah, dude.
Is
I'm
that
just
his
giving the
dick
whole
holding the
world
joint?
pictures of your feet right now.
You got to sell those. I'm going to have to hop in like 5 minutes, though.
Yeah, I think he did. You took one out there. I didn't see you bring one back in.
Okay.
Spencer, you're just giving away feet pictures for free?
Oh, you like that?
What were the little sticks on the paper?
I don't know. Some fucking little things he left. I was
That was
smoking the
weed?
joint. Huh?
Okay, so you're holding the joint, and then obviously your pretty little toesies were there. But like the middle of the picture was like a paper with like what looked like 2 wooden sticks.
No, they're like little brown paper things he was stuffing weed in. They're like pre-made
Oh,
joints.
Did he use
I don't know.
that?
Those look pretty big.
I mean, there's only like a little bit of weed in one of them. The other one's empty.
Do you think you're higher than me right now?
Probably. I have no tolerance.
Yeah, I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
really either. That was the first time I smoked today.
Nice.
I've turned into a lightweight. I moved to the world of the stoners.
You actually had some pretty good weed. So they came over last weekend and I got high as shit. But anyways, they went outside to smoke again. And they come back, they bust through the door and they're all freaking out and screaming and shit. There's fucking aliens outside. Fucking aliens.
Oh,
like
it's the Musk.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, all right. And then go out there and look. And yeah, there's like 10 lights all in a row out in the sky. I was like, that's fucking Starlink. And they're like, what is that? They had no idea. Like they literally thought it was like aliens. They were seeing something. If you see Starlink and didn't know what it was, you'd probably freak out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Those sounds like they smoke PCP.
Well, they had zero clue what like Starlink even was. I had to explain everything to them, bring up Google pictures. It was funny.
If I was a superhero, my name would
Just
be
don't put the thing on the floor. Put it up on the bed with you like I did.
All right.
Jesus.
If the score stays this way, me and Lane start off 1-0.
Did Devo hurt? Who's
We'll
hurt?
see.
Wait, Steve, what was yours on this?
Steve's
Did
with me.
pick the Giants.
I thought
I'm
Steve.
with Cato.
He,
Oh.
he said
Yeah. I went with
He's with me.
Giants. With the the 10 penny spread.
He's doing it.
The 10 spinny spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should just have Steve pick every game and see how he finishes compared to us.
Dude, I've been trying to like get him to do fantasy football just because I have
Since from the day you've known me. Yeah.
like
I just mean, like, I think he would do better than us, and we watch every single game, and he probably doesn't watch a single game.
See, that's my point.
No, I don't.
I have this
Yeah.
theory.
It
I have
works.
this Moneyball theory that if you take somebody that just doesn't watch football and then just teach them the numbers behind like just projections, like fantasy football numbers, and then like all you ask them to do past that is to read their own players' reports, like read players' reports, and then do the numbers and read those players' reports.
Just
It'd
go
be
with
the
the
most
projected score
boring,
every week.
lame, yeah. But like honestly, like
I mean, you could do that and win it.
that's
Just
what I'm
go
saying.
with the highest
Just don't
projected.
overthink it.
The biggest enemy of any fantasy football player is that we all at least love the game, the ones that stick there. So
We all
like,
distrust the projections too.
yeah, and so like my heart is gonna be fucking different, you know, like I'm gonna make choices. I'm gonna make the sexy pick like 9 times out of 10 that are like sexy to me, you know, like I think this guy's gonna have a game. And then Steve comes in, doesn't know anything about fucking anything, and then he just like looks at the numbers and then just reads the information about certain. He has no idea. He's like, who's this fucking Lamar Jackson guy? And he just like goes, he looks like he's pretty good. And then he goes in and he like reads like what they're saying. And then then it's like, oh, this guy's got injury problems. And he's just like reading what like the best people in the world say about it. Like
I also feel like
yeah.
Steve would be like, this guy's
he'd
got a
be-
really
he'd be
fucking cool
$200
name.
richer. Is that our what's our?
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than
Huh?
200.
It's 50 buy-in,
400.
10-team league.
We're
I'm
giving
already
100
pissed.
to the top scorer.
What?
We're giving 100 to the top scorer, 400 to
Winner.
yeah.
I think top scorer right now is Dietz, and he's 2-0.
That would suck if the
We
winner
could totally
scored.
do this.
He
We could
won
totally
last
do
year.
this.
No,
be
Teamy
your-
won last year.
I'll be your
You know,
Rain
Teamy
Man,
is a lot
Jay.
like how you should draft. I mean, he was
Now it's
drafting
doing it, Steve.
people like way down the
Do
list.
it.
Still won.
I'm telling you, man, you just got to buy in and test it out.
Do what now?
I'm saying like next year, like just buy in. You don't even have to give a shit about football. Just make sure you check that shit weekly. And you'll have $400 by the end of the year.
We should just
What
let
if
Steve
I'll
play
do
him
a
for free. So he'll
fantasy.
do it.
I'll do a
You'll
fantasy
have
league.
$350 next year.
We should just run an experiment. Just I'll make all my predictions and we'll tally everything up at the end of the season and then
Does it for
compare
us.
like how I would be if I
And
had like
suddenly-
actually was in a draft.
Dude,
Suddenly,
like
versus
Steve
this
becomes
is
a Chiefs fan,
this is like
football fan.
no, he just stays completely
it.
neutral. And then a year from now, we don't even realize it. This is like a Moneyball situation. And in a year from now,
He's
we
like Jonah
realize
Hill.
that we just cracked the code to fantasy football, and then we just go find and like we grab Steve, we grab Grant, we grab fucking everybody that doesn't know anything about football, Aaron Douglas, and like just and we just scatter them out into other like high buy-in leagues, and like just
Yeah.
select, and we just have like
Dude,
the
let's do
greatest
it.
Moneyball
Brady.
ring. Yeah, Brady. Just people that like can count.
He
and
would do
read
all the math.
That's all you got to do.
He wouldn't watch a
Let's
single
do it,
game.
man.
He would just
Don't.
do math.
That's the whole trick. Don't watch anything.
I don't.
Only read.
The only thing that I have watched even remotely recently is like TikTok of like old school football like highlight reels from like the 90s. And it's just like compilations of really cool passes and whatever. I don't
Dude,
even know who half the teams are.
Hager jumped in.
Hager.
I just looked over. He came in like when we're so off the rails. I guess we like the one time we are talking about football though.
I unfortunately do have to hop, guys.
Oh,
I got to be somewhere at 9.
Yeah.
all right, fella.
Okay.
Bye.
Later, big
Bye.
boy. Bye.
We could bring up some more topics and get Steve's opinion on it.
Just neutral topics.
I've got some fun segments.
Hager wants to hear a bird call.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
okay. Well, I got Undertaker ref. We'd have to watch the video.
Is
What players talk the most trash? We didn't talk about that earlier. That's a good one.
you want to hear Steve's opinion on that?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good one for Steve.
What player talked the most trash?
There aren't any big trash talkers really right now.
Coolest
No.
names.
Coolest.
That could be an
name.
easy one. Best name.
I don't know. Some of the names are a little too exotic for me to remember, but one of the bigger ones I remember is that Troy Polamalu. right?
Yeah,
Troy.
that's kind of a cool name.
I'm like,
Yeah, the
yeah, I'm
whole
like, well,
name is
dude,
good.
but Troy, I don't know. Like the
Like,
first name is not great.
yeah, first name Troy. Like, who did that? Because your last name is Polamalu. Like,
Well, they gotta balance it. It's like you
It
already
should have been like
names.
Powwow Palomalu or something like that.
Al-
yeah, but like,
Albert-
okay,
Albert
okay,
Okwuegbunam.
yeah, I was gonna
It's
say,
like, we're not
yeah,
giving him
you need a two
You're out.
syllable. You need a two syllable. No, listen, Troy Polamalu. That sounds fake. That sounds like someone who's calling you from an unknown number and is fixing to ask you for your social security number or to activate Windows or whatever. But an Edward Polamalu, it's a bit more respectable, right? That second
Edward?
syllable gives, or whatever you said.
Doesn't sound very
Winston.
intimidating.
No, Steve, I usually just habitually go to the opposite side of whatever opinion you take. I agree. And I honestly, I was ready to just be like, this is stupid. But then you said Edward, and I'm like,
A nice Edward or a Winston Polamalu. Like,
okay, you're
I like
losing.
Winston.
Don't push it. Don't push it.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going
Winston.
exotic, maybe it's a family name. It could work. It's possible. But Edward Polamalu, like that sounds
It sounds like
way cooler
sounds
to
like
me
there was
than
a
Troy.
Maybe something like just completely like you've never heard of like an Irish Samoan, like
yeah. It sounds like a
Conway.
like a 40-year-old white dude married a Hawaiian.
Yeah, and took her name. You idiot.
They got divorced. Troy went with the mom. Yeah.
Oh. Oh Christ. So yeah.
You know, I always
Maybe
thought
shit
had a cool
talker.
name. He's not in the NFL anymore.
NFL.
Dude, we gained 3 followers tonight. Look at that. Look at that. That's like a third of our fucking YouTube followers right there.
Yeah. What was the other thing you said, Spencer?
I was thinking about
Mormonism.
this is kind of like everyone's pick though, so I don't really like it that much. Johnny Manziel.
Johnny
I
football.
thought that was a cool name. But it's like the popular pick though.
Oh, we're talking like all time?
No, not all time. Like
Deacon Jones.
I guess he's not a current player really anymore.
Dude, Daryl Strawberry.
Some good ones.
Yeah.
Iconor. Then it just sounds like it's like cellar door, you know. Just sounds good.
Daryl Strawberry was a big talker, wasn't he?
Oh, I thought we were talking about good names.
Yeah, coolest names. That's what it was.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about shit talkers. Well,
Yeah.
Daryl Strawberry is
feel like you
still
gotta-
kind of
Yeah, it's still a good name,
pleasing.
yeah.
So
Yeah, Strawberry. That's a good ass name.
It's a good one.
I mean, Jake Butt,
Well,
pretty good one.
there's that guy on Nebraska's team. His first name is the coldest.
The coldest.
He actually got an
Oh wait, that's basketball. Somebody's really funny name of basketball.
he got an NIL deal with an air conditioning company in Omaha.
Nice. Well,
The
dude,
coldest.
you give your kid that name absolutely hoping that he grows up to sign a deal with an HVAC company. Like, yeah, it's literal prophetic dreams come true type shit right there.
I just realized that we're just like smoking weed on lanes. This is a lot cleaner channel than ours. Hopefully we didn't just fuck up the stream.
Yeah, Twitch will ban you for shit like that.
No, we're not breaking any
Won't
laws.
they?
No, I think you're allowed to smoke as long as you're in a legal state. Yeah,
Oh,
Offset,
I didn't.
the rapper, he was just on Twitch smoking weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. I'm just saying, I
Alright.
think he runs a cleaner function.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
did
Just have
show
to
my
say-
nipple like straight out the gate. So
I think we got this 49ers game in the bag.
How much time's left?
Even if they get a touchdown, it's 11.
I
mean, they'll
no,
go for 2.
really
If they get 8 points on this drive, that's the only way.
8 minutes.
Yeah, if they get a touchdown, go for 2. That's the only way I think
But
me
they
and
get a
Lane don't
touchdown.
win this week.
49ers keep it on the ground. They get a stop. They kick field goal.
I thought the 49ers had to change their name.
That was the Redskins.
Why would the
Oh,
49ers
yeah.
change their name?
I don't know.
Washington Redskins
We're
changed
taking a stand against those goddamn gold diggers.
What they had to pick the worst name though, the Commanders. They should have just stuck with Washington. I like
They
the
went to
Washington football team.
Commanders.
They should have stuck with the football
Washington
team thing. That was cool.
Commanders?
We're gonna change it. Guarantee it.
Yeah, they better change it. That sounds like something out of like a made for TV movie.
They should just
Football
go back to
team.
Washington football team. That's so cool. I thought.
Yeah, that sounds way cooler.
Yeah, it's quirky in the right ways.
Yeah. No, for some reason I thought the 49ers had to do it, like change it to like the Oilers or from the Oilers to
That happened
That's the Chiefs.
20 years ago. They didn't have to change it. They just did. They
That was
the Titans now.
oh dope.
Houston moved to Tennessee and changed the names of the Titans.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Right.
Then Houston got another team like fucking
the Texans. Like
2 years ago or 2 years
Yeah.
later. I think it was the same year. Wasn't it the same year?
And Raiders had to move from Oakland, didn't they?
I like it. It's weird how it's the Texans, but their logo is a bull. And I guess you're just
bull?
assuming that they Cowboys that mess with bulls. I guess I don't know. It's
They
like
got
a,
rodeos.
Oh,
in Texas.
a bull.
a bull.
You go to Texas and go to a rodeo.
Is it
Yeah,
it
but I mean,
a
it's-
bull or is it like
I feel
an
like the
actual,
Cowboys have a better
steer?
like argument to have a bull on theirs because they're Cowboys.
Cowboys are like pistols and like Cowboys just a code name for outlaws.
Yeah.
So the Texans are just bulls.
Cowboys are like vigilantes.
Yeah. I don't know. If you're in Texas, like there's not a whole lot that signifies the state of Texas other than like
Yeah, like longhorns and bulls. And
longhorns, steers, bulls.
what they're all about.
There's a shit ton of Koreans that live there.
You know, like full metal jacket. Here's
Could be another list. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it wasn't the Chiefs or Broncos, what's your favorite logo / team?
logo.
I can't say I'm
Like
familiar.
not like just
Yours.
logo,
Logos.
like name. It's like this kind of like the players thing. But you can't pick the Broncos because I know you'll pick the Broncos. You know, I'll pick
Ironically, for me, I can already tell you, it's the Miami Dolphins.
Huh.
I don't know why, I like the color scheme. The name Miami Dolphins is cool. Dolphins themselves are cool as shit. Like they are highly intelligent and try to have rape with people. So
So you just like dolphins.
actually, I don't. I've never seen one in real life.
You just
I
like
don't
have
like-
faith with people.
Yeah, I was gonna say have sex, but I didn't want to
Oh.
downplay the egregiousness of the action. So, but they do that.
game over.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah, whatever, Spencer. You don't know anything.
That was a
Damn, they drained a lot of time off that clock.
yeah.
Wasn't it like 8 minutes last time we talked about that? Like,
Yeah, they
Man, like that wasn't very long ago. Like they literally
got to third down like 3 times. Like it was like 9 or 10 plays.
Oh. What a terrible play.
Spencer, did you go to a barber or something to get your beard shaped up?
Oh yeah.
No, I just been shaving that because it looks
I
better.
like
It's
that. I
yeah,
thought you
it's
should have
looking
kept
pretty
that.
good.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's a little rounded off and it's not so
Oh, man,
patchy.
get the
Okay.
cheek going.
It's not patchy, you know.
I'm saying like you got to deal with a little bit of patch, and then you'll like grow out, and then hit a.
I got a
I
little
can
bit
see
of,
why you do it.
you guys
though,
are probably
for,
gonna
like,
laugh, but I got
you
this
just
little
went
bit of
to
beard oil,
a-
like stuff that you kind of just rub on there.
yeah, yeah.
It kind of
that still
conditions
helps.
it, but it also kind of makes it thicker and
Yeah.
it's supposed to promote growth, but I don't know if I believe that. But I do like the other stuff it does. Makes it all like smooth and clean feeling.
I do like
It
me a
looks
beard
pretty
oil.
nice.
It's a must. I didn't really do it much whenever I was in Missouri, but like here, like the climate's so dry. Like you got to
Right.
put that shit
Yeah.
in there.
Got to put something in there.
Yeah, but I found some good stuff. That
So when you're wearing shirts like this, and you do one of these, it's like
Yeah.
you guys
most
get
of my
fat.
shirts are dark.
Yeah.
I definitely like got my hands on some nice like beard dandruff stuff that keeps you nice and smooth.
Oh,
Good wipe tip.
Yeah,
yeah.
love
Yeah,
it.
boy. You getting whacked, boy.
Yeah, no, Claude, he don't mess with the face. He does do the nice straight shave on the back, which is nice.
You didn't take my advice. I think you should.
I just don't know who in Chillicothe.
No. That's the first step, not in Chillicothe.
Well, but I'm not gonna
You're in a
drive to like
different
Kansas City.
like every
for-
single. No, I'm saying like you literally travel. You're in Mexico City.
No, I do. I mean, I'm not gonna get a haircut in Mexico City. I come back looking like a Mexican.
Easy now.
I mean, it would be
looking
like
what?
it would
Looking
be
like
like
what?
a straight
Looking like what?
little triangle.
Looking like who?
You have a
Huh?
Steve haircut.
Yeah. You come back in and look it up like Quetzalcoatl.
Everything's so
You have a
like
break haircut, like
smooth cut. It's like all straight lines. I can't do straight lines.
barbers.
Do what?
Dude,
I don't have a barber. I just do this myself.
I was no,
Cut your own hair, Steve.
The YouTube channel
Yeah.
is like 10 seconds behind, and like you're making really funny faces, and I don't know. It was a really funny moment.
Are we still recording? Are
Yeah.
we recording?
Yeah, we're off the rails. This is PPD now.
Okay. I was
Oh.
gonna say,
I'm gonna have to split this whenever I do like the actual recording, but it's on the PPD website.
well, speaking of PPD, I might have some topics we haven't spoken about.
Oh, we're gonna do a little PPD. Little
Well,
Oh, you're gonna
there
have
was
to
a
wait.
list that I
gotta
found
get
a
off,
little while-
guys.
Remember
gotta
that
go
night I
bed.
was talking
It's
to you
bedtime
about
for
how
me here.
like I wanted to do lists?
Shut up.
Hold on, let him do a list, Steve. It's like gonna be 5 seconds.
I'm going to bed. I'm already falling asleep.
on,
Do you not
Steve.
see my eyes?
You little
Steve
fucking
Vince is gonna give us a list.
You little fucking bitch.
Dude, I should have been in bed like half an hour ago. I'm gonna be up at 5 a.m. with a kid. I don't want to hear it.
You ain't gonna be up until 5 a.m.
Hopefully not.
I'm gonna call you. If you don't answer,
If I don't answer, it's gonna be because
you're
you're
gonna
be
stay
waking
up
up my
late
kid.
like every night from here on out.
What are you, some sort of? I'm
Boss.
not gonna say it now.
I'm giving you orders, boy. You better follow 'em.
Well, you can save your list for me for another night. Okay, tomorrow's Friday.
All right.
Fucking penis.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's not as powerful as just calling someone a straight up penis. Mine was better.
All right. Since you're gonna stay on here, let me just find this list real quick.
Oh wow.
Ah, you fucking
Wow, what a
rage quitted.
what a jerk.
I'm actually having trouble finding this list.
Were you looking that whole time?
Yeah, there's a lot of notes in here.
Oh my god.
Oh. No, that's not the right one. There's another time. Well, anyways, this game's over.
Plus we have a 95-yard bomb right here.
Wait, why is a backup in? Who is that? Did Daniel Jones get hurt? Or they're just giving up?
Is that Tyrod Taylor?
It is. And he's been around for a long time. I bet he's made quite a bit of money for himself, and you hardly ever see him play.
Well, he probably made most of his money off the Chargers staff.
Oh yeah, with that whole surgery gone wrong thing.
Oh. Tyrod Taylor has such a similar game to Teddy Bridgewater that watching him just kind of pisses me off.
I don't think he's as accurate as Teddy Bridgewater though.
Yeah, but Teddy
I mean-
Bridgewater isn't as like nimble.
Yeah, he's like the
Neither of
most
them are, like,
strict
very
pocket
fast,
guy of all
but-
time.
But like, I don't know. They do similar moves. Like Teddy Bridgewater just does it like 3 steps slower.
I don't remember if I've ever seen him actually try and run it.
He ran a little bit. I mean, honestly, like the games where he did look good, like that very first game he played for us, like I don't know. It was because like our line wasn't playing very well, and his like improvisation looked really good. So like once he was like uncomfortable, that's like whenever he looked his best, honestly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like our line didn't do any help. So like obviously I don't mean like uncomfortable that way, but like I guess confident in his discomfort. Like
He looked a hell lot better than he did with the Vikings.
he just kind of gave up. I mean, with the Vikings, he was like rookie of the year, wasn't he?
I don't know. Is that when he tore his ACL and then he wasn't
Yeah,
that good after that?
The player that like he was before his ACL, like he was really good.
He was at Louisville, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he didn't
okay.
he win like the Heisman.
No, he didn't win the Heisman, but I think he was in the running. He was like a Chase Daniel. Got like third place or something.
Oh, he was good with the Vikings. He just destroyed his knee.
Yeah, but he's always gonna have now he does. He always has that limit. Like he could win you 10 games, maybe, but
I don't think
he's not gonna like he could have won the Broncos 10 games.
He shouldn't have been our starter. We would have won 10 games if we had Drew Lock playing.
Yeah,
Most people in Denver wouldn't
it's
agree
true.
with
But
that, actually, but like he won that job. Like I think Drew Lock is the only quarterback that we've had that has a pair of balls. Like
I can't believe the comeback that Geno Smith has made, even with Drew Lock behind him. And Drew Lock could be just as good, but Geno Smith
Geno's
has
perfect.
never really played well until he went to the Seahawks.
He's perfect for that system.
What?
He's perfect for that system.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get my headphones. Well, at least I don't have a way to plug them in. I probably could have done Bluetooth somehow, but
I haven't got any like feedback or anything.
yeah, I kept it pretty far away. It's a good couple feet away.
'49ers the best team in the league.
I don't know. I kind of did this last year, and that was probably the best one the Chiefs had last year. Was going into San Francisco.
49ers might have been the best team in the league last year.
The Chiefs went into San Fran and beat them. That's whenever I was like, okay.
Now I'm talking about like they if what happened didn't happen and they didn't play with basically like a broken player, they would have gave you a way better run for your money than the Eagles.
In the Super Bowl, yeah.
Like
I definitely agree. They're better than the Eagles.
Even that rumor
But
about Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement for the Super Bowl,
yeah,
like I think that would have been a better game.
yeah. Because who do they? I mean, that's the whole reason you have emergency quarterbacks now, right? But I don't remember.
They put Brock Purdy back in on that knee.
Yeah, and it was not good.
It was like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The fact he had the guts to go out there and do that, though, that's why I think Brock Purdy's could be their answer.
Yeah, that he's playing right now.
How many yards? Let me see what I didn't even see what his stats were.
Sam Darnold taking the knee.
Got 22.9 out of McCaffrey and 12 out of Moody. It's a pretty good start.
Boy. This Purdy Shanahan marriage.
Damn. Purdy had 26 and a half points, 310 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Marcus had him on his bench. He's got Dak Prescott starting. But she could score more, honestly. I really think Arizona's going to get blown out in that game.
Dude, I think Purdy's he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah. Because come back after all that and play this well, that's why I'm like impressed.
I mean, dude, after all these years, Shanahan found his guy. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of got that feeling.
Got that feeling.
Yeah, sing it, brother. Nah, man, I think we're all gonna hate Brock Purdy someday.
Yeah, he might.
Never gonna be the best at anything, but
You don't really have to ever play him, though.
Goddamn championships.
We only have to play him in the Super Bowl, though.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be like the least good player out of this era and walk away with the most Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It just has that energy. You know.
Remember when Kaepernick took the 49ers to the Super Bowl? I still can't believe that game.
49ers just like are really good at making teams that like are built around everything but the quarterback.
Can you imagine being a 49ers fan for the last 10 years? I'd be fucking pissed. They've been to the Super Bowl like 4 times and haven't won it.
Broncos in the 90s.
And they went against the Chiefs. They went when they had Kaepernick. They went. Was it 2 years? No, there's another year. There's like 3 years they went.
They lost against Joe Flacco. That was the Kaepernick year.
Yeah, I think that was that game because I know they lost with him. But so they appeared in 7 Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, Joe Montana.
The latest was in 2019. Yeah, so they went in 2019,
Two.
and then they went in 2020.
That's it. The rest of Joe Montana. Steve Young. Steve Young never won one.
94. They went in 94. And they beat the Chargers. That's the one time the Chargers went to the Super Bowl.
Dan Fouts. Maybe.
It's crazy they went to the Chargers have to be the best thing they ever had was when they had LaDainian Tomlinson and they won like 15 games or some shit. And they didn't even go to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they had the best offense for a while.
Yeah, with LT and Antonio Gates. Remember who the wide receivers were.